Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Batmantary. I am your host, who is not Batman, and my parents did not get murdered in an alleyway. 3D Jake here, and with me I have my collective stamp of people who have seen only the Batman movies once, and some never seen them. And so, first up, it is a guy who really said he'll only do this because he said he's got to space out besides doing horror movies. What's up, Fleets Pop Culture 13? What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to watch Batman Returns with you, and it's excited to have TJ with us tonight as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun watching this with you guys. So,
All right. Well, and you know what? We got a guy right here who needs no introduction because this is a guy who you go when he has a campsite. He calls himself Ryan Fan Camtastic. How are you doing, Ryan Cam? How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing very well. This is the Batman movie that I have the least amount of knowledge of. This is the one I've watched the least. I've seen it twice and no more. So this is going to be the one that I know the least about. But it's great to be here. It's going to be a fun time.
And we have a guy who needs no introduction. This guy is an awesome character of a person. I literally had to suffer with him on a horrible movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. We literally just had to suffer, and we're going to suffer again this coming week with Black Christmas 2019. How you doing, Jacob Martin? Or should I say Jake Shrek?
Shout out to Christopher Walken on that one. But thank you, Jacob, for having me back on here. This is a much better movie, a good palate cleanser after that awful, horrible, no good, very bad Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, the worst Christmas movie ever. It's so bad.
Oh, I imagine there are worse. Last year I covered Mixed Nuts. Whew.
No. This movie makes Mixed Nuts look like the Citizen Kane.
That sounds like a porno movie, Mixed Nuts.
I'll tell you off air, Jacob Martin, but I'll tell you.
It could be a porno name.
I mean, really, if you change a few things, and it said, hey, the stockings were hung with nuts in it. But yeah, and also we have a special guest tonight, a man who is so fantastic. He's black and fantastic. We call him Blacktastic. How you doing, Blacktastic Media?
Man, glad to be here, hanging out with all the buddies. I absolutely love this movie. Michael Keaton has always been my favorite Batman. And, they're a little quirky, but when I was growing up, man, this was the best thing since Christopher Reeve's Superman. So this is all we had. It's all I knew. And I absolutely love this movie. Grew up watching Danny DeVito. And who doesn't love Michelle Pfeiffer? I remember her from Grease 2. And here she is playing Catwoman. So this movie has a special place in my heart, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, this movie really, I said, we were all saying behind the screens, this movie is very easy to masturbate to. So, I mean, it's a really easy to, this and Batman and Robin are the most softcore pornos we've ever seen in the Batman movie series.
What about Batman Forever with Nicole Kidman?
I mean, well,
bringing that section, trying to flirt with Batman in that movie. Come on, you didn't have a crush on growing up watching her.
And also, and last but certainly least, Matt Wyatt.
Dude, it's
all Matt Wyatt.
Yeah, it's a blast to be continuing and doing this Batman commentary, going through all the Batman movies. And in case you hadn't noticed, I don't know if you can see this; it's a little bit dark, but I'm wearing the Batman logo shirt, pretty dope. And yeah, I'm Batman. Yeah, I'm wearing, and the reason why I'm wearing the Santa hat because Batman Returns is technically a Christmas movie, so yeah, might as well just be wearing it just to get into the spirit. And yeah, this came out in the year when I was born, and I watched this in the early days as a little kid in the '90s because I grew up in the '90s, and the only Batman earlier film that I've watched that I remember was Joel Schumacher's movie Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Then I didn't watch Batman '89 and Returns until a little bit later in my childhood, and I just watched those movies 100 times. And I completely agree. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was the scene stealer, brought a groundbreaking of one of the most female in anti-hero of the comic book genre. And they still, and some of the cosplayers still to this day, when they go to conventions, you can still see them cosplaying Catwoman for Michelle Pfeiffer's version.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Yeah, they all loved her portrayal.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she's still my favorite Catwoman. That's no disrespect to Zoe Kravitz or, Anne Hathaway or Eartha Kitt or, and so I'm just saying, like, those.
Holly Berry.
Highly, well, you know what?
We don't talk about that.
That is the only one I would say.
Dude, they made that fucking. Dude, they made a fucking video game about the Halle Berry Catwoman movie. They made a video game out of that.
No offense to everyone except for Halle Berry. I take double offense to you. Like that, stick it to Halle Berry. I was like,
I couldn't even get through 10 minutes of that Catwoman movie. It was horrible.
Getting through that was.
What's sad? What's sad? I really love the soundtrack to that movie.
Oh boy,
I love the soundtrack. I'm like, it has a great soundtrack.
Every cloud is.
But I think. But yeah, we're here to talk about a good Catwoman movie, Batman Returns. And yes, so before we get started, but we do this every week. If you can't, we try to do this, well, not every week, but we try to do this when we can. We just did Batman 89 2 weeks ago. This is Batman Returns. This is the last movie, by the way, we will be covering of Batman until the new year. And then the new year, we will come back with either Batman Forever or Batman Mask of the Phantasm. We're still talking about which one we're going to do
Mask
next.
of the Phantasm. I'm calling
because
it now.
to be fair, that is the one. If we're going by release dates, that's the next one.
That would be a good one to do next. I have only seen that movie one time, and it's honestly one of the best Batman movies ever. So
I've only watched it twice, and it's really good. It is. Yeah. It's like coming off of more of the animated series from the 1990s Batman.
Well, it's technically the first. A lot of people consider it because it's literally a prequel to the animated series. A lot of people consider it the first chapter, the first story, because Batman and the Joker never met in that movie.
Right, you're right.
And so I think that's really.
I'm something of a Batman Forever apologist, but Mask of the Phantasm is way better.
I like Batman Forever. I always said if Batman Forever, Batman was an MCU character, Batman Forever would absolutely be the story that they would go with. Which that's not me shitting on Marvel. I love Marvel. I'm just saying that I always said though, if Marvel took Batman Forever would be the perfect example of a Batman movie made by Marvel. But and that's not shitting on it. I'm just saying that that feels like a Marvel Batman. And so. Oh, but I will say this movie is really great, and Blacktastic, you always have fantastic stories. Where were you when this movie came out?
I was in college, and I just started dating this new girl named Sherry. Beautiful lady, 5'7". Her nickname from her friends was 36, 24, 36. Those were her body measurements, guys. That was her nickname. She was a perfect specimen. She was a movie buff. We both love movies. And we're the same age. We went opening night to see this at a grand theater, jam-packed. It was a great crowd, a mature crowd. And we both fell in love with the character of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. And she leaned over in my ear during the movie and did that little cat growl. I swear to God, I sat there and was like, "Can you do that again?" And she did it again. I'm like, "We gotta role play later on tonight. Can you please be Catwoman?" Guys, it's a great date movie. Let me tell you. Thank you, Michelle Pfeiffer, for having one of the best nights of my life because of you. It was a great time.
Michelle Pfeiffer's hot, so I mean, you can't.
Really My God,
agreed.
I mean, literally, I mean, everybody's wish. Everybody always named their left hand Michelle Pfeiffer when they were teenagers. That's
It's so funny that you would know that.
Like there's a joke by the way in like this movie called Fanboys, which is all about Star Wars.
Did they name their right hand Leia? The whole joke.
Yeah, we named our right hand. Every teenager in the 80s named their right hand Leia. But I just want to say, before we make Jacob Martin, just like I gotta go, we'll try to keep it lighter. And so, all right. Before we get started, I just want to say this movie holds near. I love this movie, and this movie I prefer over Batman 89. And I know it's hot to take, but I love it. I think it feels more like a Batman movie rather than just feeling like, okay, it's Bruce Wayne, and then you'll have Batman in a couple of scenes. Like the first one's more Bruce Wayne oriented with less Batman. This one's more Batman, less Bruce Wayne. And yet, even though it's more Tim Burton-esque, I still really enjoy this movie because, if you don't know, Tim Burton, '89 was such a huge success that Warner Bros. Basically begged Tim Burton to do the sequel, and Tim Burton said he'd only do it if they gave him full creative control over the film, and they said, yes, you can do it. And they basically gave him a blank check and said, go make a movie, whatever, and he went and made this movie.
You can absolutely tell by watching Batman Returns he had full creative control because that was more of a Tim Burton movie, and you got more present with Batman in the film. And I know you prefer Batman Returns, and that's great, and it's a great sequel, but I still prefer '89. I don't know. I like how dark and gritty it was. This one was a little bit more wacky and more fun than the first one.
You could tell the circus aspect was Tim Burton's idea.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you can tell how wacky that Tim Burton does. It's 100% full of his signature all over it.
Yeah. And so, McDonald's, because everybody wanted to be on the hype train for this movie because '89 was so huge that McDonald's had a toy line and everything. And I'm going to point out multiple times during the stream. McDonald's actually was so offended they pulled their toy line from this movie because they said this is horrible. This is outright horrible. And McDonald's was so offended by this movie, saying like there's a subplot, literally not even the subplot. The plot of this movie is literally about murdering children. And so they were like,
I'm loving it. Imagine if Ronald McDonald showed up in the movie. Murdering children.
Ronald McDonald's nose.
We can't have a clown, a penguin, and a group of clowns try to murder children, babies, and throw them in toxic waste. We can't have that happen in this movie.
You can see, and you can understand why that the parents were so complaining about Batman Returns and why the studio wanted to do the next Batman movie that was aimed for children and not for adults.
Batman Forever because they we gotta make McDonald's happy. We can't have
Terminator, and yet Terminator and RoboCop got a toy line because those are just way more sanitized movies.
Terminator!
Really.
There's a talk show. There was a whole talk show about this movie where they had this lady had a McDonald's because it was all over the news. McDonald's pulling their toy line, and there's one kid that goes, "I was offended by this movie." The kid looked like he was coached to say this. I was so offended. I saw Terminator 2, and that was less violent towards children. And I'm like,
did you watch the same movie?
Did you
see the fucking nuclear nightmare that Sarah Connor witnessed and seeing the children in the playground get obliterated?
Yeah,
I remember watching when I was 6 years old, and I remember it every time I go to the playground. That shit is in my brain. Like, oh fuck! I swear to God, did they build these playgrounds to just murder us all as kids?
Everybody lost their minds in the '90s.
We're gonna answer some chat questions real quick. Then we're gonna start the film. Jeannie Whitcomb.
Hey, Gene.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing tonight? Epic-tastic, what's up, man?
What's up,
Joshua?
Hey, Epic-tastic.
How you doing?
Also says this one should be a fun stream. Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride, Josh.
And Caleb says, hey, guys. Hey.
What up?
All right. So now we got this ready. We got these ready. All right, you got your remotes ready. Y'all ready to start the movie?
Let's do the countdown so that we're synced up together.
All right. 5. Wait, hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. A Time Warner company. Back when Time Warner existed, back in like 1999.
Warner Brothers narration when they do a promo for VHS trailers, like Warner Brothers.
You can tell this is the opening shot of the Cobblepot Manor is like very Tim Burton.
Who thought Paul Rubens was in this movie?
Oh, yeah, he's
it's a Big Adventure reunion.
Yeah,
because Paul Rubens is in this movie.
Yeah, there he is.
Do you know who Tim Burton wanted to get as the dad? The dad originally was Burgess Meredith. But he was really sick and ill at the time, so he got Paul Rubens instead.
Man, that would have been a cool cameo if they got him.
Yeah, but he was really sick, so he couldn't get Burgess Meredith.
Yeah. So we got Pee Wee Herman instead.
Yeah, they did. That's definitely the actor who played Pee Wee Herman. I didn't recognize him.
It's clear that doctor just discovered COVID. He's covering his nose.
And also, and do you know that the princess? Do you know that not the princess? Do you know that the mom is also the waitress in Pee Wee's Big Adventure that sits on the T-Rex of Pee Wee?
Oh, I recognize her.
Yeah,
I have not watched Pee Wee Herman for a long time. It's been ages.
Oh, Pee Wee's Big Adventure is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it is. I know.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure is great. Yeah. They wanted Tim Burton.
Yeah, because it was directed by Tim Burton, so it makes sense why they brought those two actors in the movie.
Tim Burton wanted them to make this. They wanted Tim Burton to make the second one, but he goes, "No, I want to make original films." because he
Yeah,
hates
this music score is so Tim Burton-y. That's you could
the
totally
opening
tell.
credits of Batman Returns is amazing. Like I love the opening credits.
The
Yeah.
production value is so much different. It's much more
Yeah, and
crisp.
it's all a soundstage too. It's
And then
all
you got the
soundstage.
snow
It
here.
doesn't look
they
like
done it
that.
on all of
These
the
are
soundstage.
amazing sets in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Kevin Costner said when he was shooting, I think The Postman or something at the time, he wanted to come. He wanted to visit the set, but the security was so tight they wouldn't even let Kevin Costner in. They told him,
Oh, wow.
And this was like peak Kevin Costner, like Dances
Yeah.
with Wolves Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah,
he
Yeah.
wanted to walk in
an
and look at
Academy
the set.
Award-winning director and in Best Picture for Dances with Wolves. Come on, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, this is like, hey, you know what? That's how you open a movie to sell toys to kids. They basically abort their baby into a sewer.
This is basically a Moses. This is a rip-off storyline of Moses.
That literally, it's the whole storyline. It's like Tim Burton saw.
If he was if this penguin is the Moses figure, if he was the devil of a Messiah.
Yeah.
This is how you tell your kids: if you're ugly, your parents are going to kill you. That's literally.
First of all, the parents should be blamed before you take your kid to see a movie like this. That's on them. Like they should have known what they were watching.
I love Danny Elfman's new rendition of the '89 theme, where he's like,
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Michael Keaton.
That's a really good score.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
And it's like builds it up. It's like, like, oh my god, yeah, I love that so much.
And also the
Walken.
parents that were complaining that this was horrible for kids. It's like it's PG-13. You should know what you signed up for.
You should know the
Well,
ratings.
13 and older, you know.
So
This ain't Pixar, folks.
Yeah.
I personally would have loved to have seen what Tim Burton would have done with a Batman 3 because you
Oh,
hear, like,
yeah.
Robin
Yeah.
He wanted to
This
use the. He said he wanted to
Riddler
use the
among
Riddler or something.
he actually was gonna have Marlon Wayans play Robin, and
In this movie, yeah.
Oh my God, Marlon Wayne! Can you
Marlon
imagine him
Wayans
playing
actually
Robin?
got paid to be in this movie. He actually said, "I got paid to be in the movie, and I still get residuals."
I love In Living Color as much as the next guy, but like lest we forget he also made 50 Shades of Black. So no.
Hey, you know what? It's not his fault that like he said he's made some bad movies. I mean, everybody's made bad.
Stan Winston, who did the visual makeup artist. R.I.P. to Stan Winston.
They used real. They
He's
used
gone
real
way too
penguins.
soon.
They used
I
real.
know.
Penguins, and then
He's
the
done so
adult ones-
much.
The adult
He-
penguins were done
He
by
worked
Stan
on
Winston.
Terminator, you know?
Yeah, he did. He worked on Terminator with James Cameron.
And-
He's done a lot of
Right.
big hit movies in
And
the past for doing visual design and
No.
makeup.
And even before they
And also,
decided to do like the Godzilla 1988 movie, he was originally going to do the Godzilla design before they just changed it.
Oh,
I am
Yeah,
so. I really like
nothing Winston could have done.
Oh,
to
no.
save that.
Oh no, it was actually before Roland Inch came over and changed it.
Before Roland Emmerich.
Emmerich,
Oh,
yeah,
well, no,
Roland
it's
Emmerich.
great for Godzilla.
It would have been a proper Godzilla movie if Stan Winston did it. but
You know, the
not.
biggest insult to me is not Godzilla in that movie. The biggest insult to me is the fact that they cast Matthew Broderick as the lead in that movie. That to me was the biggest
That's a
insult.
lot of fish.
There's a lot of fish.
I hate Matthew Broderick as an actor.
Man, you're such a
The top
hater.
bullet.
There's something wrong with you.
You don't
What
like
did he
this?
ever do to you? Did he?
He's a
did he
movie. He
just-
can't
did he
act.
do
He
something-
cannot act.
He
has
can
one
act.
movie.
First of all,
Ferris
he can
Bueller.
act. I
Ferris
disagree.
Bueller was the only movie he did good at. Every other movie, he's like this. Going,
He didn't do good with the Lion King.
Lion
He
King,
played
he was
Simba. Simba, motherfucker. He's
some
Simba.
parts of the Lion King, like the scene where Scar, where he goes murderer, he goes murderer. I'm like,
No,
what?
that's not how he said it. That is not how he said
It
it.
was
He
more like,
exaggerated.
Yeah, that's not he said.
Lion, he wasn't as bad in Lion King, but like,
No,
have you
he was
seen him in
fucking
Godzilla,
amazing in Lion King.
Inspector Gadget,
Oh,
even in
God.
He's done some,
Yeah,
because he's done some
bad.
bad, mediocre roles. But
Look, I love
did you
Dexter
see him?
Hawkins.
Did you
He's
see him
awful in
in
that
a movie called Election, the comedy with
He's
Reese
even awful in
Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Election.
I
We do
love
not
that
talk
movie.
about Election's terrible.
What? I disagree completely.
I like Election, but I think he's awful.
I don't know what drugs you're on.
The whole crux of the movie relies on a teacher
teacher.
sleeping with a student. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah, to the wood chipper.
That's not exactly accurate, but okay.
No, it is accurate. To the wood chipper with Election.
To be fair, in Ryan's defense, a teacher does have an affair with a student, but then that's not the main subplot of the freaking movie. The plot is that he doesn't want the student to win because he's trying to get back at her because she slept with his friend and ruined his best friend's life.
and is low-key attracted to her, to the wood chipper with election.
I mean,
Oh,
What happened to Matt?
Matt got
Did he
upset. He
I
left.
got so upset. It's like,
He
fuck you, election rocks.
He's like, I'm out of here then.
We scared Matt away. That guy right there, that guy has been acting for years. That guy, I've seen him in
Yeah.
People Under the Stairs is mostly what I know him for.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
He's literally the lead in that. He's actually, I've never met him, but I heard people have met him say he's a really nice guy in real life. Like,
Also, shout out to Michael Goff again playing Alfred. He's a legend of Hammer horror, which is just a soft spot for me.
that
I
is
love the design of this business with like the cat face on top of
Look
it.
at that thing
Yeah.
collapses and kills you all. Like, what if it just falls in there? And you're like,
It was
ah!
pretty like telling you what's coming, basically.
Matt
There's the
Shrek-
walk-in.
Crucible walking.
You know.
Basically, I just want to point out his plot, Matt Shrek's plot in the movie, is he's going to suck the power out of Gotham and then resell it back to Gotham with his power plant. That is his
The
plot.
eyes is gonna break.
You know, Christopher Walken doesn't really do a Christopher Walken impression in this movie. He's usually just talks normal, like he's just like a normal guy. Like, I actually really like Chris. He's my favorite character in this movie, by the way, Christopher Walken.
He was awesome in Deer Hunter too.
Yeah. Oh, and let's not forget the Country Bears.
Oh yeah.
This is not over.
Hey,
Bad.
hey, you say that, but guess what? Country Bears rocks. That scene, especially, I laugh. There's one scene that makes me die laughing.
Is it the oh no? Country
Oh,
Bears!
No, he doesn't keep doing it over and over again. Oh no! Oh, I start
No.
laughing my ass off.
Or it goes his son.
has been crushed.
Oh no! I laugh.
His son with the accent. Oh, Dad, we gotta go
Dad,
down.
Dad, we got to go light the tree. And they're like, what the fuck was that? That one guy that was sitting there, the guy that was in like an X-Men 3, was just like, what the fuck was that accent? Oh, Dad.
He's like, dude, you cast me as
Oh,
Christopher
we have
Walken's
to
son.
go.
That guy was, I just want to point out that dude would later be cast in 2 big movies: Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 as Leatherface, and in Scooby-Doo the movie, he's the guy that Shaggy beats up when he knocks him out by doing this, like doing the dance, and he's like this.
Oh, yeah, he sounds like the narwhal in Elf. Like, bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Bye.
What run? Hey, sorry about that. I mean, what runtime are we at?
We are at 10 minutes.
All right, good.
Yeah.
The press conference just started.
And we were talking about Christopher Walken's shitty accent. Dad,
Dad.
we go light the tree, Dad. Imagine,
tree,
I would
Dad.
love if Tim Burton made the third one, if his son was the one that tried to avenge, like he's like, my dad is dead. Dad, I will avenge you. Dad.
Tom,
That would be so
Tommy,
funny if that was the case.
Tommy
He looks like
Wiseau
I can't
watched this movie, heard that accent, and says, I like it.
Tommy Wiseau. That's literally, this guy went to Tommy Wiseau School of Acting.
Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit. I did not.
Is that Sammy Davis Jr. in one of these pictures? It's gotta be.
Even Arnold Schwarzenegger's even in one of the pictures on the wall.
It looks like it anyway.
He literally shaking hands with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Foreshadowing the Batman and Robin.
Pushing too many pencils lately.
Maybe
Too many pencils.
Victor.
The office has got you pushing too many pencils.
Oh,
Dylan,
my.
you son of a bitch. I'm just supposed to smile. Got lucky.
You know, Pigman's hands looks like he's just like wearing gloves. The way it looks.
This low key looks like Rockefeller Center.
Goffelfeller Center.
There you go.
Dana
That's the one.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, there appears to be a big present rolling up on us.
Yeah. Wonder what that can be.
With people jumping out of it.
This is not the weirdest thing Cirque du Soleil has ever done.
Imagine if
That's
you
for
know,
sure.
like,
I
if you
guess-
think he's the Joker, like these, like, oh no, the Joker gang has returned. They're attacking us.
They wanted to be like Jack Nicholson's Joker. They tried.
All these skeletons coming out. I guess this actually is the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It is. Yeah.
Ironically,
It might as well be.
ironically, they were shooting this at the same time they were shooting Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's
Okay,
right.
That's why he couldn't direct that one.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Tim
He
Burton
because
would
he
send
didn't
his
direct that
production
one.
designer over to the set of Nightmare Before Christmas just so he can micromanage Henry Salick.
Okay, this is a serious question. When did Rob Zombie start directing this?
He just
Wasn't
jumped
Rob
right
Zombie
in,
at the
huh?
time during White Zombie still? Was he going like, you? This is the most iconic shot of the movie. Like,
Yeah,
everyone
right
got
here.
it,
You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
started.
where he's just
What is he
sitting
even
there.
doing? He's just sitting there like,
That's kind
In
of
the
weird
dark.
that he's sitting in a dark room waiting
Well,
for the
he's
bat
just
signal to come up.
I'm like, I'm just chilling.
Everybody
waiting
does
on
this,
the
like-
bat signal.
What was he thinking about anyway?
It's coming.
That's been Batman's thing. He works at night. He sleeps during the day.
By the way, you would think the people that put the bat symbols on his roof like that would mirror in like
You
that.
think no one was going to
He's
notice
Batman because why does Bruce Wayne want us putting these shutter lights as shaped like bats on his roof?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's a publicity stunt. Maybe it's a publicity stunt. Bruce Wayne supports Batman. They're
You have
best
to
buddies.
give to me. Dad, no, save yourself. Save yourself.
Save yourself.
Let's get this guy out of here. Fucking kill him. Let's go. Wait, nobody wants this guy. Like, no, come on. What are you waiting for? Do it. Kill me now.
What are you doing? Come on, kill me now. Come on, do it.
as you can
Put the
see,
cookie
the
down.
Pennywise gang is here to make their mark.
The Pennywise gang.
I just want to point out,
Now we just need
the
Tim
guy
Curry
that they
to
were
show
here
up.
for, they have crossed this guy 5 times, and this guy still escaped them. Like, he ran past one of them, and they could have, hey!
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sure Danny DeVito gave pictures of this guy out saying, hey, if you see this guy, capture him.
There's a man on fire.
Sweep the leg, Randy. Ooh.
See ya.
And this is where Batman starts killing
This is
people.
when he starts murdering people.
Yeah.
I got bloodlust in my heart tonight.
No, you went to sleep.
It's okay, you're going to go to bat hell now.
Stop shooting the windows. It's not working for you.
It's bulletproof,
And
moron.
he's
Yeah.
driving faster. That means he's
You
got
would
to
think you would notice after the first shot.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, he lit
This is
him
the
on
first
fire.
kill of the day.
You're
This is
gonna,
Batman's first kill of the day.
he's gonna
Okay, I'm pretty sure they're dead. I'm pretty sure
Ryan,
that
get
guy's
out of the
dead.
way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're an idiot. You see, he had to turning that around. I was,
Everyone says Batman doesn't kill, but he just torched the Satan-looking guy.
Yeah, that guy's pretty dead.
Down the way too. He turned the Batmobile around. I would know. Like, he's gonna set you on fire.
He inadvertently set him on fire.
He didn't inadvertently. He did not intentionally.
He definitely did. Yeah.
He's like, I'm Batman. Burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
Mr. Man-Bat, sir.
And she kicks him.
Nope. Ooh.
You missed. Michael Keaton has the greatest Batman eyes, I tell
I
you.
love. Yeah, his
I
eyes.
agree with you.
His eyes are so good.
And those lips, huh? Amen to that. Those lips.
Yeah.
If only he can move his head when he's in the suit. It's sort of like,
He can't turn his fucking head.
how do
Yeah,
I
but
not
why
have
would you do it?
whiplash?
They literally made fun of it in the Flash movie where the Flash was wearing this Batman suit and he tried to turn his head and it looks like fucking shit. I couldn't stop laughing.
It's a big taser.
Yeah, it's enormous.
That will come in handy for later in the movie.
She's literally tasered that guy like he's unconscious.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Yeah.
He doesn't even interact with the commissioner. He's like, yeah, whatever.
He's like, he basically gives him the middle finger, like, I just want to do all your job for you, you piece of shit. He goes,
He's
why
like, leave me alone.
Like, fuck off, commissioner.
You might as well call the commissioner a little bitch, like, you're a little bitch. He goes,
You're the most useless commissioner.
You literally sat in a car and
Batman.
watched him do all this, okay?
Commissioner, go away.
Commissioner Gordon should be working at the mall afterwards. He goes, I got my mall shift now. I like how Batman's just a dick to the commissioner. I like the circus. The idea of it's an underground abandoned circus.
Yeah.
I love how it looks too.
Those serious shots.
I love this shot of the zoo.
Yeah, it looked like a
why would
miniature
this go
model.
bankrupt? Why would
This
this
could have
go
been a
bankrupt?
miniature model sequence.
Wouldn't you want to see this? Like, I would go there if this was like, I don't know why this went bankrupt. This would be a cool theme park to go to.
And there's the penguins.
I wonder, would you eat food in the sewer? I'm just saying.
Oh heck no, that's
No,
gross.
I wouldn't.
Like, you're eating food in a sewer. A sewer.
No way.
Like you're probably smelling shit right there. Like, oh my god.
I must say it has run for a very long time, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia never ceases to amaze me with its creativity.
Yeah.
I watched the last season. I watched the episode I watched the other day was the Lethal Weapon episodes. If you've ever seen that, it's freaking hilarious.
You gotta love Christopher Walken and his line delivery. The Penguin Man of the sewer.
I heard that when they were making Batman the animated series, they actually because they wanted it to match. Originally, the idea was this was supposed to be a cartoon that was a spinoff to the movies, the Tim Burton movies. So the idea was Catwoman, Batman, and a lot of the designs had to match Tim Burton. So they went to the set of Batman Returns, and Bruce Timm drew Danny DeVito because they couldn't allow no pictures or nothing to be leaked. So he just went there and he drew Danny DeVito as they were putting the prosthetics on. And then he basically come in, and that's why he looks more like Danny DeVito in the first couple of seasons, and not like he does in the later editions of the season.
Also, I love how Penguin has a barrel full of umbrellas for every need he might have. One breathes fire, one has a knife.
Yeah.
He's very resourceful.
One has a gun.
Yeah, they said the little penguins are real penguins, but the big penguins are actually puppets that Stan Winston's team made.
They did a good job either way.
Yeah, they said the little penguins were treated like VIPs. They had like refrigerated trailers, and they said they were getting fish.
They are penguins, so yes, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, they said they were getting the VIP treatments. They said they had let the penguins. They had let the cast would tell them y'all can't come on set until the penguins are okay to feel comfortable with y'all around them. They said literally like I said, they were divas because they were just like make people. They had security teams like you can't get this minute close to the penguins. You can't get.
Respect the penguins because we have a real penguin and he's evil.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. They told they weren't even allowed. I think Danny DeVito said he wasn't even allowed around the real penguins because he had so much makeup on. And the people were like afraid that the penguins might chip at his makeup and get sick or something.
Yeah.
So they weren't allowed to really be around. He only was able to touch the fake penguins and not the real ones.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He's like, I need you to help me find my parents. And Christopher Walken looks at him and goes, I can exploit this person.
Slimer has really let himself go.
Sure did.
You know, the Penguin in this movie, he just wants to find his parents. He doesn't want to run for mayor or nothing. He just wants to find his parents, and that's it. His story's over. And he found his parents. And then, of course, Christopher Walken kind of exploits that and wants him to run for mayor and everything. I love this joke. I'm Fred's hand. Yeah, like, hi, Max, I'm Fred's hand.
I'm loving it.
Hey, if you kids at McDonald's, you can get Fred's hand at a limited time offer.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum.
I wonder whether all the actual toys that McDonald's had. I bet the Penguin was one of them, and Catwoman.
A lot of franchises, I think, opt to keep the McDonald's toys, but then there were some that refused to sell them. But like, you could easily on eBay go get those McDonald's toys. Like I have the Danny DeVito one, and I have the Michelle Pfeiffer. It was like Catwoman in like a little cat car, and then Danny DeVito in like the little rubber ducky.
That's hilarious. That actually happened. It's like, Batman, it's a kid's movie, and we're selling Happy Meal toys. We jumped the gun on that one, boys.
I actually like this scene. You know, by the way, there's some stuff in this movie that happens. You know, like this scene right here, where like they're selling a cologne perfume, where it's like he says, if you spray this on, then your boss will want you to stay after work, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, what? Did they really just
that Joker?
It was the 90s, man. Things were different.
Yeah, it's like you could hook up with your boss. Yeah, with this cologne. I'm just like, yeah. But this makeup company nowadays, we get so many lawsuits on them. They would just go into business.
Yeah.
Just as an aside, like Selena Kyle's cat is just named Miss Kitty. I'm just saying it's a black cat. Like Salem was right there.
Or you know what? They could have named it after one of the actresses that played Catwoman, like Etta. Eartha, you know? The voice I want you to think of me as a person, not just some appendage. I'm like, was she just using you? I mean, like, I want to know the backstory of that. Was she just like, I only wanted your dick, okay? I didn't want you. Like, I'm kind of curious. What was the backstory?
She just wanted the booty call.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, where do you buy a big old pink "Hello There" neon sign?
Yeah, really.
Amazon was not a thing back then. So, like,
it's going on her salary. How would she have that big of an apartment? Because
her bed is in a closet. It's not that big.
That's true.
Apparently, she's a big
fan.
fan.
Yeah, it's a pull-up bed in the closet.
Apparently, she's a big fan of Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie, because she has "Hello There" as her sign.
Hello there.
Hello
Back
there.
in those days, when bars went out of business, you can ask them for stuff like that. They give them to you, you know.
You know, I just realized the other day I found out. Do you know that movie theaters just throw away the posters when they get done with them? Like if you just ask them, "Hey, if you want the poster?" They'll
yeah, they do.
I have in my closet back there an Avengers Infinity War poster with the May 4th release date. It got moved to April 27th, but I have the May 4th. It's in the thing there back there. So I'm holding on to that for the rest of my life. It's the original teaser poster. So yeah, they totally get rid of it. Like at the theater I worked at, every once in a while they would be like, "Here's some posters, take some if you want." And I was like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I was out there like, thanks. You know, I had them like under my arms and stuff.
Right.
Why would you tell your boss? Oh, I saw your dirty secrets, and everything. It's like
It's not a smart move on your part.
Very
You're
definitely
essentially
not a
like
smart move.
basically like blackmailing him.
two things are going to happen: either he's going to kill you, or he's going to frame you and make it look like you're the one that's behind all this.
Yeah,
To
do you
quote
know
the
how
wise
evil villains
philosopher
work?
Tony Stark, not a great plan.
He's not going to say, "Oh, well, look here, I'll pay you."
Oh,
Oh, no.
who did we lose? Oh, we lost.
We lost.
Fletch,
We
yeah.
lost Fleet.
It's kind of like a moment that you don't know if he's gonna kill her or use her.
Yeah.
I'm no cat. Wow, how can you be a little bit on the nose?
Don't be a cat. What did curiosity do to the cat?
Yeah.
That's literally the line in the movie. I'm like, well, okay, now you're making cat puns. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to see this later and go, ice puns.
There's men coming.
You're leaving this behind for your son. I don't think your son is going to be a wise heir.
Your son's
Just-
a moron, okay? I don't think your son's like, get first order of business. We get to business. And like, okay, how do we get to business? I'm pretty sure Christopher Walken went bankrupt after his death. His company went bankrupt because I had never heard of Shrek Industries after Batman and Batman Forever.
Well, they didn't canonize those two movies of the Tim Burton.
I know.
It was more because those Joel Schumacher movies are pretty much a soft reboot.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just making a joke, but I just thought it was funny. Like it's like maybe his son really did bankrupt.
Miss Kyle, do you remember that part where I said I wouldn't throw you out of the window? I lied.
First off, how does this explain how she's alive? Like literally, like the cats resurrect her through her soul. They were like, we're gonna lick
Yeah,
her
her
to death. and that's
stray
gonna-
cats just give her a nipple and then resurrected her for some reason. It never gets explained.
No.
Do you
From
know
the
who
little I
do you know
know
who
of
is
the
gonna- who's
Catwoman
gonna-
movie, apparently that's like this godlike cat that does it, and it's a lot stupider. So this is an upgrade.
Do you know that? Do you know that who originally was supposed to be Catwoman in this movie before Michelle Pfeiffer? Annette Bening.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then
Really?
she got pregnant, so that she couldn't.
Yep.
Sean Young wanted the role.
Oh, from
tried.
Blade Runner.
She tried.
She tried
Oh,
because she was meant to be Vicky Vale. She was literally cast as Vicky Vale in the first movie.
Yep.
Then she got in a horse riding accident while shooting the movie, the first Batman movie. And then they had to fire her and replaced her with Sean Young and scrap the horse riding scene.
Is it Ryan O'Neal?
Great act. To do her eyes like that.
Whew. Crap, I can't think of her name. It's like Ryan something.
No, who?
The
Who?
one from Blade Runner.
No, that's Sean Young.
Yeah.
Sean Young.
Yeah,
That's who I
Yeah,
was
she was in
thinking.
Blade Runner.
She stalked Tim Burton for Batman Returns. She stalked him, would dress up like Catwoman, and was
Yep.
even on talk show. It's out there. You can watch that talk show with Joan Rivers talk show where she goes, "I want to be Catwoman," and everything. And Tim Burton apparently hid behind his inside his desk where she couldn't see him, so that way he didn't have to confront her.
A simple no would have been fine, Tim.
You guys tell
This
we're going
is
to a different creative direction. That's all I would have said. If somebody would say, "Hey, I want to be on this," I would be like, "Look, you're just not right for this role. We're going in a creative direction, different creative direction. That's all. You're a great actress, and I would love to work with you again. You were right for Vicky. You're not right for Selena. That's simple.
God, she looks like a walking corpse, literally.
She looks like she went to Pet Cemetery. Like,
Yep.
it's like-
That is better. That is better.
and then
And
when
she
she says,
drank
like,
a-
and then she hears the thing about her boss. She goes, "I'm gonna kill people now."
Her performance is amazing.
Yeah, in this scene especially when she breaks down.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's like so it's so believable.
She just destroys these stuffed animals in the fucking scene.
These
But what's
stuffed
funny
animals
about this
didn't
thing,
ask for
all those
this.
stuffed animals, then she hits the garbage disposal. There's only one in there. Watch. All those stuffed animals. Then you look at it again. I'm like, well, that's a bad edit.
What the
She just
pictures
destroys
ever do to you?
everything.
Yeah, those
Those
cats,
cats are like, "I don't want to be next," and she just goes,
I'm gonna
This
make
thing-
I'm gonna make a costume now when I have an emotional breakdown.
You You think she sleeps like in a corner? You think she like sleeps in a corner like a cat? Like, you know, she just sleeps in a corner, shits in a litter box.
She could.
She just found a random can of black spray paint and just was like,
Just spray paints all over for no reason.
Look, I love this movie, but my only issue is there's not enough leather to make a leather outfit out of that whole leather jacket. I'm sorry.
No kidding.
No.
Look at her spray painting her dream house. I didn't understand the purpose of that.
you're just being petty at
She's
this.
destroying her old. I understand the metaphor. She's destroying her whole life,
Yeah.
life. So because she's reborn as Catwoman.
And I guess the first cat that nibbled on her was black, so I guess she wants to be a black cat. I don't know.
Yeah. She was white, but then she turned. She said once you go black.
Well,
cat,
she
you
had
go
a
like
mini.
cat
She had
cat.
mini stray of cats. She had a one black stray cat.
Thankfully, she had a spare slinky around.
But look, you're the only one who heard that joke. That went over their heads. Like they went over their head. They didn't hear it. They're gonna watch the re-recording and go like, that was fun.
Gosh,
No, I understood the joke.
I've seen Michelle Pfeiffer in a lot of movies, but this one here just sticks with me.
I have
This
never
performance.
seen a movie that I think this is her best performance in a movie.
You must have
like
the best date night ever, and that thanks to Michelle Pfeiffer.
I don't know. I like how her voice goes. I don't know about you.
Now it just says now this just says on
Hell
the neon
there.
sign
Hell
hell here.
I like how she changes her voice too, like how Michael Keaton changed.
Oh
She
man,
changes the accent.
I like how this one guy's like,
the crowd went nuts. When I seen this on opening night when she became Catwoman, the crowd just erupted and roared.
Batman Returns.
Well, first she got that costume, that voice, the flips that she does, and then there's that one part where she has that whip and she whips all the heads of the dummies. She did that herself. I'm like, man, I want to mess with that woman.
Yeah, they showed it behind the scenes of her whipping all of those mannequin heads.
Yeah, she was amazing. Ooh,
There's no security, by the way. Here, security is not existent in Gotham because they could have grabbed this man.
This movie obeys the Smallville rule of security, non-existent.
Snatching children and bring them into the sewers.
With all the rampant crime that's in Gotham, you'd think Commissioner Gordon and the police force would be on heavy surveillance at all these different.
They would be guarding the whole. They would have the whole place surrounded with the Gotham PD.
And this never makes sense because that rubber ducky thing, the head is too big for him to fit through that little manhole.
Right.
That's what she said.
That big ass head. And here he comes.
You're never gonna fit that in a white chicks. You're never gonna fit that big head in this tiny hole.
Or maybe the seat came up.
I gotta check on fleets.
Oh shit. I'll be right back, fellas. I'm gonna grab something.
Okay.
The days when TVs looked like furniture.
Yeah, I remember those days. You got Batman on the TV, and then we're watching the TV. It's like I'm watching two TVs at the same time.
Kind of looks like a flat screen. I remember having a giant flat screen, except that the backside is the biggest one in the back. A giant, like, I can't remember what size it was, but yeah, we had some sort of TV like that.
I love DeVito. He's like different. Also, I love how the Gotham Gazette is just non-existent in this.
Yeah.
No, we don't have no. Screw that. We just got the Gotham paparazzi.
Pretty much.
He's looking up his records, trying to find his parents.
It looks like he's writing a list of all the children.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
He's making a list.
So he's
gonna
checking
check
it twice.
Twice.
There you
He's
go.
he'll find out whether he's naughty or even
Or
naughty.
nice. Making a list of children that he's going to abduct.
Yep. It was never about his records.
He wants to kill the firstborn.
That's evil.
That sounds like the Pharaoh in the Book of Exodus.
That's
He
exactly what it was.
His plan is to literally, he's doing the exact same thing. Literally, he's like an evil Moses. Like Tim Burton read the Bible and took the wrong lessons from it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he says, maybe we should kill. Maybe Moses should have killed all the firstborn sons. Maybe Moses wasn't the right. No, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant, Tim Burton. That's not what God did. What he said. It wasn't that reason. It wasn't that for that purpose. You're reading it wrong.
Mr. Burton, you should have contacted Mr. Martin there. He would have taught you a few lessons.
I don't think Tim Burton was right in the head at the time when he made this movie.
Tim Burton took. I've never seen somebody take the wrong lessons from the Bible. Like, you know what? Maybe we do need to have a little genocide sometimes. I'm like, wow. Oh, that's there you go.
Ridley Scott saw this and was like, well, you want genocidal Moses? Here's Exodus Gods and Kings, a piece of crap movie to tick off all the critics.
You know what? I didn't hate that movie. You know, I watched it recently, and I'm like, I didn't hate it. My mom hated it more than anything. She said it's offensive, not accurate, and all that. I'm like, I liked it. That was fun. You know, I said Christian was pretty good.
Yes. That notable Egyptian, Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
And the movie where they turned
washing
God
hose
into
bag.
a bratty little boy.
Oh my God, that was so
It's
bad.
a garbage movie.
It was terrible.
By the way, he's just Penguin doesn't look and see Batman's just creeping up on him, like watching him going like this, like doing a drive-by. Just like I would look and all you see is Batman just creeping by, driving by like this, like
He's out on patrol doing his own thing.
Batman's like.
Wow, those camera shots are amazing. How it pans up.
Yeah.
Tim Burton is a masterful director, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. The latest Beetlejuice, Danny DeVito's in that movie, and he looks the exact same as he does as the Penguin. He's gross.
That's actually fucking true.
He does.
God, he's gross in Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Maybe that's where he was after they killed the Penguin. He's playing the
A
same
janitor
character.
that drinks Drano. A janitor that drinks Drano.
No,
That committed suicide.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Also, anytime I see somebody named Tucker, I think to myself the George Carlin bit of, "Hello, Todd. I'm Tucker. Hi, Todd. I'm Tucker." Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks.
I was gonna say something, but I'm trying to get political.
That's when he likes to drop the political.
I was gonna say there's one more Tucker I was gonna say, but I'm like, no.
I know what you were going to do.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say. A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. Well, why the fuck do penguins have wings?
Next week on Unsolved Mysteries.
God, I almost thought about going back watching the other guys that reference a peacock. Where Mark was, I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. Michael Keaton, peacocks don't fly. They fly a little bit.
Aim for the bushes.
He had me convinced on this part, I tell you.
Yeah, his speech is pretty good.
His underlying plot, I never seen it coming. It was pretty smart. Devious.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good master manipulator in this movie.
He's full of shit.
Come on.
Oh man,
Here we go. Get
here she comes.
big Catwoman.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I do like that costume.
I like how she just like used her claws and cross his face up. I'm like that.
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Yee.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Hit me, what?
Look at that face.
Easy on the eyes.
Whew.
I like how literally she just like she shames the woman, saying you made it too easy for him to assault you.
I
Like,
love that.
He just shames, victim blames her. Like, well,
She's literally victim shaming women.
it's like there's one movie me and Jacob Martin watched called Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh,
And in that scene, Jacob Martin makes me laugh every time because he goes, there's a guy about to rape a woman, and then the guy who's the killer of the movie, they dressed like Santa Claus, kills the rapist, and then when you're like kind of siding with him, he kills the woman too, which I just find that kind of mean spirited because she was about to be raped, and so he just murdered her too. Which I'm just like, I always laugh at that when he said that because I'm just like, he was angry that she got. It's like,
It was like what was the point of killing that woman?
like it sounds like you're just killing bad people, but then you kill her. Like, I love when Bruce Wayne just like he has to walk.
He just fucking tosses the fucking sheet across the fucking desk.
I feel like that was actually improvised. I feel like Michael Keaton didn't know what to do, so he was like,
It's like,
I feel like that's really it was improv because I don't feel like Michael Keaton really knew what to do. Because I'm sure it's like Bruce Wayne throws the script to Matt, the paperwork.
it does almost look like a script.
Almost seems improvised, like Shrek saying go 15 rounds with Muhammad Shrek.
I love that.
Dun dun dun. Look who's back from the dead.
Holy shit.
There should cue the fucking siren sound from Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
Shout out to Nick from Townsend 505. I just reviewed that movie. It was a first time watch for me. Loved it. I haven't seen Volume 2 yet, so nobody's saying
God,
anything,
you
please.
have to.
I know.
I mean, these Volume 1 and 2 is literally in the same film that was split into two movies.
Yeah.
It was essentially supposed to be like over a 4-hour long film.
Makes sense. Kyle sounds like he's having trouble.
Yeah, that's a Kyle. So yeah, he told me that's what he told me. He said, "I must send him a link over his email." He said the email link is not working. Yeah, that's how I'm helping him right now.
Hopefully he gets back on. He's a good addition to this series.
Yeah.
Luckily, when I got kicked out, because every time I accidentally disconnect the microphone, the fucking thing kicks me out of the damn StreamYard, and I had to close out the whole thing and restart it again.
Michelle. Mm-mm-mm.
What a gentleman.
I'm surprised the creator of Fritz the Cat didn't say something about that design.
I'm surprised the estate of Max Shrek, the actor, didn't sue Tim
The
Burton
actor
for
from
making the
Nosferatu.
character
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Nosferatu. That's Max Shrek. The OG Nosferatu back in 1922. Like every shot in this movie, especially the
Oh, dude, this side of
Apple
Gotham
touchscreen
that
screen.
looks so shot in the studio a lot from that sequence. You can totally tell.
but they all scream Christmas though, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie, yo.
I could tell that Tim Burton must have watched Phantom of the Paradise when preparing for this.
Tim Burton's a big fan of Hammerhead, so I'm pretty sure he did.
Like, I'm just waiting for Max Shrek to go, Thursday. Today is Thursday.
Penguin's just like wants to just eat fish, live in the sewer, kill a bunch of children. That's like all he wants to do, really.
Legitimate question. Is that his underwear? I certainly hope it isn't.
They're are they thermals? I'm not sure.
Is it kind of what's that called where you go? You take it like where you could pull the bottoms off and take a shit in that. What's that called?
Underwear?
No. Yeah, no. It's like
Bottoms
like a long sleeve, like the onesie type thing, where you have the buttons in the back.
Rear window.
Oh,
romper.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a romper, I think.
The time to undo them, I would have shit myself.
It's a little man's diaper.
Oh damn.
That's what you that's is that what you're asking? Man's diaper when they accidentally shit themselves?
No, I was saying
And they got him wearing that when they're trying to push him for mayor. So
Yeah,
it's not a good look.
That's gross.
When you look like it's in the onesies.
God,
Like,
damn.
get him in the shower first or something. Good lord.
people look at his man. It looks like he crawled out of a sewer. Literally.
Literally. Because he did, you see.
Looks like you just went on the
He
street,
literally
found the
did.
first homeless guy, and said, "Here, you're mayor."
Raw
Yo,
fish.
like, hey, you're a mayor.
fish.
Come on, man. You're a mayor.
That's gross.
Oh, wait. I think I know what's coming up.
Uh,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
This where
This
I will
dude
say
here in
the design, the artwork on the back of him on the poster looks exactly like the comic.
That's true.
Yeah.
the dude.
I mean, they could have taken that comic book design and used it as a poster. It does look like the Alex Ross design.
Yeah. The dude that we
think
just
that's
saw,
gonna
one of
fit.
the image consultants, this guy, like with the suit made out of a chessboard, I swear he's been in like a ton of things.
He does look like the type of guy who's been in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is.
oh,
Here we go.
You might want to back off there. Oh, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Brought to you
That's
by
the
McDonald's.
There's the red nose. You definitely look like the part of Ron McDonald, pal. Enjoy.
Or it's a Christmas movie. It's Rudolph the Bloody-Nosed Reindeer.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at the blood out of his mouth. Ugh.
Oh,
Ah, come on.
oh, you perv.
Did you know that Christopher Walken was one of the actors who auditioned for Han Solo? That's not a joke. I'm not even kidding.
I cannot picture him as Han Solo.
Even Kevin
No.
Spacey made fun of it when he was hosting SNL. They did a skit where he was doing an audition for Star Wars. The ship travels
do
in
not men-
12 less than 12 parsecs. She's fast enough for you. Oh man.
We do not mention that name in this house.
Those teeth are nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he hasn't gone to the dentist.
Well, the makeup on the penguin is just so amazing.
Yeah, that
Like,
nose.
they got him looking so gross.
Such
I
a
have not-
deformed child.
I have not touched the Penguin TV show yet.
Oh, dude,
So-
you have to watch that show.
I know it's
It's
all on
so-
Max. I'm crazy behind.
I've only watched the first episode, but I didn't watch it week to week, so I waited until the season was done and I binge watched the entire 8 episodes. And yeah, it's definitely another peak DC show they've done. Like after you watch the end of the series, you just want to get into the Batman Part 2 already.
Really, it seems like there's only two.
It's
modes
definitely
you
had
can
that
go.
old school mafia mob movie like The Sopranos.
TJ, I think I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Only a Tim Burton movie can get away with a dog with a grenade.
A fucking
You
dog.
a dog.
Oh my god.
Okay, well,
Oh my god. The dog just carries the bomb and just drops it and just goes beyond their way.
good boy.
Good boy. The Fudo just committed an act of terrorism.
One of the last movies that had miniatures, you know?
Yeah. Well, most of effects that with buildings getting destroyed and all that stuff, they always use miniature models
Yeah.
back in the day. They don't use it as much as they used to. I wish they'd get back to it.
Ouch.
Oh. That was low.
Kicking your ass.
Headbutt.
Damn.
What is in that?
I like how the last one's just it's a dog. It's like going. "Arr." That just makes me laugh. Always makes me. The biggest threat though is the dog. The sad.
The
part.
dog. The dog.
Oh.
That reminded me in Blade when he was throwing that big swing blade over circling around the 360 and vaporizing vampires. That felt like that.
Give me that.
Oh, this is Catwoman's best scene coming up.
Oh, yeah.
She's a jewel thief.
That's amazing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choreography.
Oh, here's the whip.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, Kyle said he's trying to get in, but the link I sent him on both links are having issues.
I love the jump rope. That's like a little kid when she does that.
Yep, whipping those decapitated head in one take.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Look at her.
I'll be right back.
You can tell she is embracing this character to the max.
Yeah. I love the scene, like a little kid.
Now they're simping for her.
That line went over my head when I first watched the movie.
A lot of lines did for a
This
lot of
is
kids.
private.
I'm certain.
You're overpaid. Hit the road.
That bomb could be live.
I love
Batman.
that
I'm
Wilhelm
guessing.
scream.
Oh, the Willem scream.
I love the Wilhelm scream.
I like how he hits him and he just goes.
This reminded me of Raiders of the Lost Ark when
And this
fucking
is
Indiana
something
Jones
that would
takes
never
the big
happen in
dude.
modern Batman. Batman evilly smiles and murders this man.
Oh,
I know, he throws him inside the fucking sewer.
He just goes like this,
fucking
like,
blows him up.
you're dead.
Yeah, you straight up murdered him. You
and
blew
people
him
give
up.
Batfleck a hard time.
I know, that was so fucking crazy. It
He even
baffles me when
smiled
they
while he
do
did it. He enjoyed murdering this man. Like, he goes, I killed him, and he is dead.
It seems like that Batman fans who watch BVS have Alzheimer's.
They certainly have enough energy to chase David Ayer off social media.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's awful.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And you see how much he was really supporting James Gunn, and he got attacked by fans who were Snyder fans.
Death threats? That's just
Yeah, he got death threats.
Yeah.
He talked about that on his Twitter.
Well, DC is gonna have a big year next year. That's Superman.
yeah.
trailer.
Oh, I'm so
Awesome.
hyped for that Superman movie.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Gunn. It looks awesome.
I've already watched
Yeah.
it like 50 times with that trailer.
I've seen the
I literally
trailer.
just did a trailer breakdown video that I'm about to upload very soon because I just could not resist because I normally don't do breakdowns.
You know,
I haven't
low-key,
had this much feel for a hype since The Force Awakens for a trailer, for one trailer.
Right.
low-key,
That's
the
badass. That is
MCU
That explosion. Yeah.
Like, we haven't had that much hype for a trailer for an anticipated movie like you said, The Force Awakens, and also Spider-Man No
I
Way
don't
Home.
know.
That
I
kind of
think
hype.
Avengers
level.
Endgame was another
Yeah.
one.
That's another. Yeah, exactly. Like Infinity War, Endgame. Those
Yeah.
types of anticipated
Okay.
films.
That's amazing. He has an umbrella helicopter.
I love
And
that.
He's like, no, he's probably like, go gadget helicopter umbrella.
Well, that's it. Matthew Broderick was playing the Penguin.
Go gadget chopper.
Go, gadget helicopter.
No, but low-key, the MCU has been
Oh,
the MCU's been struggling lately. So,
Yeah.
like next year is DC's to gain.
They only have one DC movie and one DC show with Superman and Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah.
And we already got like a few MCU movies coming out for next year. We got the like Thunderbolts, we have Brave New World, and then the Fantastic Four.
And I could care less about any of them.
You don't care about any of them? Not even the Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. I'm hyped out of my mind.
I'm hyped for that movie more than most.
That's my most
fantastic,
anticipated Marvel movie next year. Is
a good
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four movie is like the Loch Ness Monster. It doesn't exist.
No, just from the set photos I've seen, I think this is going to be the good one.
I think it's in better hands with a good director who has done some other stuff. I think he did The Boys on the comic book shows.
Oh, give you a hand. Who's the woman behind the cat?
You know, they always have bonus feature that says the bat and the cat.
Oh, you already know that Bat's having a hard on with her.
Such a fucking pervert, Matt.
You're all thinking of it too, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that shit.
I'm speaking out loud what we've all been thinking.
Impressive considering it's pretty cold outside.
Matt said he can hold it.
Cold outside.
What?
Says he
Watch out, Cap. Watch out,
Really
Catwoman. The
cold
Sandman's in there.
That's a great line. Hey, my kid.
She's literally sitting in the kitty litter.
The kid. It's my miracle drug.
Ow.
That's like her ultimate weakness. Put her in the kitty litter and you win. Alfred. That was totally improvised. Him saying meow, I was like, wow. Like, did he really just say that out loud?
calling the Joker an Eagle Scout?
Oh,
Oh God.
oh no. Oh no.
I mean, you might have a chance with that woman.
I think. I don't know. It seems to
Like
me
I
the
think
penguins.
also there was a toy line attached to this movie. Okay, the penguin groping toy coming soon
And
to McDonald's.
the penguins doing like Harvey Weinstein type crap.
Oh fuck!
No.
Had to go there.
Oh, he's even admitting it. He said he was groping people.
He literally admitted it.
Okay,
Oh,
this is the line that they've never put in the movie.
Oh, here comes the line.
The most PG-13 line of the whole movie.
Again, there was a toy line attached to this movie, and he just said that. He referred to not only a woman but a cat woman. I understand that because she was a cat, but still, in a movie selling toys.
That's how they justify it, because pussy means a cat, pussy cat.
Yeah, but like we all know what he was really referring to.
Oh, we know better as an adult.
Yeah.
He wanted that. He wanted to tap the cat.
Well, he's not even trying to hide it.
Naked sexual charisma. That's pretty on the nose there.
This movie is so good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes when he lays back and does like this. Tim Burton has a amazing mind, man. I tell you.
He's got a fucking wacky mind going on in his head.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, instead of killing him, let's just frame him.
That makes sense.
Not a great plan.
Did he really try to?
I don't know who I like more in this movie, Danny DeVito or Michelle Pfeiffer. They're both so good in this movie.
It's perfect casting.
You can say both. Don't hurt them. I spoke too soon.
Oh, she's like threatening to eat the bird. Like, is that even a real bird? That's what I
I
want
don't know. It might be a real bird. They might have done that on purpose.
All right, Sylvester, calm down.
You know, she really put the bird in her mouth. They said she really put it in her mouth, but she was only allowed to do it for 3 seconds.
I fucking knew it.
They said that bird would relieve itself in her mouth, and she said it pissed in my mouth. Said it pissed in my mouth, and she says,
Great.
soon as she spit,
Oh.
she continued the scene. But the second she literally went and they said she asked for water. She spit
So Michelle Pfeiffer was trying to act like an actual cat on set. I guess she was going all method, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was full on method. Give herself a bath.
Take me now.
The love connection.
Love connection.
The way he just eats the fucking carrots. Sorrow.
What's
That
up,
way you-
Oz?
That way you know he's
He's like,
serious.
what's up? He's like, what's up, Oz? What's up, dog?
It's crazy to think that Michael Keaton, like, he's aged, yes, but his face has like not changed.
That's true.
Yeah, like, he's in.
He
his,
must have good genes or having a little bit of a coconut oil going on.
I mean, he's in his 70s now, and he can still play Batman again and Beetlejuice. I mean, that's saying something.
It's a catastrophe.
And it says, me, ouch.
These are puns that I would make.
Yeah, who did the headlines? The Daily Bugle? J. Jonah Jameson? Does he cross over? Batman blows it. He's a
Batman,
menace.
he's a menace. He's a criminal. That's what he is.
Wow.
He meets her one day, and now he's ready to have children with her.
That's kind of Bruce Wayne's thing. He did that with Vicky Vale. Does lightning strike twice? I think
I mean,
not.
it is proven right that lightning can strike in the same place twice. Over the years, they thought it would never, but it's been proven bullshit.
That look.
Okay, this is a part I call BS on because he says, I'm a talent scout. You've seen this guy running for mayor. Are you that dumb? You don't know, like, hey, aren't you that guy that's running for
She probably
mayor?
doesn't watch a lot of TV.
Probably not.
She probably can't spell TV.
I always think laugh when she goes, cheese, and he goes,
I forgot about that part. You can tell I haven't seen this movie a ton. I forgot that part happened.
I mean, to be fair, she had a hard time discerning how to push a button. Like how her,
She had to have written instructions. I turn around and push the button. What was step one again?
Pretty sure everyone who's watching the live stream can hear Jake typing like crazy, like a madman.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Kyle said he's having issue. He can't get in.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
And I'm like, I don't understand why. He said it just like he said it's just not.
Is he having internet problems or something?
I don't know. He said like he's tried to click on with the link I sent him through email and through Messenger, and he's like, you can't get in.
That's weird. It should have worked.
I don't know.
Weird.
I felt bad for the guy.
That sucks.
I blame Matt for it.
Yeah, you got me.
Maybe if you wouldn't try to send him naked pictures, then maybe he wouldn't be in.
Maybe if you would have been a better host for this, it wouldn't happen.
Eat a dick, man.
DJ
guess I
Jacob,
guess
this
I
is
won.
what I have to deal with every Thursday night.
Actually,
He's probably like, why don't you just two get married?
Like, why don't you act like my parents and go upstairs and have makeup sex?
I understood that. I know that reference. I know where that's from.
I'm just sitting there quietly waiting to myself. We were supposed to start recording at 8. It is now 8:35.
I'm like, Ryan, calm down. The adults are talking here.
I totally don't have work in the morning. Why do you ask?
I love the chemistry with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well, they did date in real life before this
Oh
movie.
yeah, they did. All right, they did date in real life.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. That's a
Probably
fact.
why it's so good in this movie.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield when they dated in real life while they were making the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Oh, and Tom Holland and Zendaya in the current.
Yep, and
Spider-Man
even
movies.
Tom Holland and Zendaya while they were doing Spider-Man together.
And they're still dating
Yep, they still are.
while making Spider-Man 4, and they're going to be in the new Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah. What are the odds of that? Well, Christopher Nolan's getting everybody. I mean, Oppenheimer will be an Oppenheimer 2.0. Get more cast. Everybody in this movie.
Commissioner, just because something looks like a bat doesn't necessarily mean it's tied to Batman.
Well, he just said it was purely circumstantial. Coincidence.
Tengo una aplicación para.
What the heck was that?
I know, like, what the fuck is that coming from?
I don't know. I was like, all of a sudden, my phone started speaking Spanish for some reason.
Are you sure that Siri is not speaking any Spanish to you?
I was like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know why.
It's like, what the hell was that?
My phone's saying I have an app. Like, oh, well, no shit. I have an app. Yes. I'm sure everybody's phone has an app.
They both have an excuse. Oh, we literally talked about that episode of Smallville. Remember Stiletto? They kind of took notes from Batman Returns.
She make him horny.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Alfred's like, this is the easiest lie I ever, because I don't have to do shit.
Pretty much.
That's true.
But I was also the fool who let Vicky Vale in the Batcave. So am I a trustworthy butler?
That's so true. He fucking led her into a fucking Batcave. What the fuck? Alfred, you're the worst. Such an incompetent.
I don't think Michael Caine would have done that.
I don't think Michael Caine would have done that. I wouldn't have done that.
How many bat suits do you have, Batman?
Hey, you got to have extra. In case your other suit gets damaged in battle.
Yep.
That's why he makes more.
You got as many suits as Tony Stark.
Well, Tony Stark was a ripoff from Batman.
I don't think Batman could relay all those suits via remote like Iron Man could.
I can, because I'm Batman.
Listen, the police department don't do shit. I mean, they're like mall cops, essentially, thanks to Batman.
Are you sure? You got to get Paul Blart.
Well, then again, Commissioner Gordon does look like a 60-year-old Paul Blart, so.
He does. That must be Paul Blart's father.
Jim Blart.
He's just following in his father's footsteps, going all vigilante. I'll take the stairs. Oh my god, how did he not be able to guard the Batmobile? Like, that should have been in a fucking armor protected.
It was.
Until it wasn't. Really not bright on his part.
Like I eat floor. High five.
We were just making out on the couch, and now we're beating the crap out of each other. So much for a first date.
I mean, that's love. It's part of the
Okay.
journey.
Look, I don't think Matt's gonna be able. Not Matt, but Kyle's gonna be able to join us for the rest of the stream because he said he can't get back in, which I don't know why.
Well, Kyle will come back for Master of
Fucking
Phantasm.
share it.
By the way, how would they have the blueprints to Batman's car? It makes no fucking
I know. That's what I was saying earlier. How the fuck did they able to get into the Batmobile?
They literally just go like to the carlot.com.
Why don't you just jump down? You're just standing there.
How did Penguin get those bats?
That's
I
a
know.
good question.
Under his fucking umbrella. How's that possible? Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what happened.
No, you totally could have like saved her.
He got the fucking bats in the Christmas tree.
I wonder how that was staged. Like, okay, Batch, go in the tree. Come on, go in the tree.
Come on, get the bats in that tree. Oh, now he's enjoying himself.
Again, there was a toy line.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Have you ever wanted your kids to get turned on by watching Batwoman and lick Catman? Or watching
Catman.
Cat.
Oh man,
Catwoman and Cat.
that'll be the R-rated version. Catman,
That'll be like a porno name.
Brokeback.
That's the
Batman.
name of the title. Catman Returns.
You see, I like how he always looks and he always does this when after she licks it, he goes,
Because he likes it.
I was like, yeah, that's hot. He goes, damn it. He goes, tonight he's got to tug one out in the shower. She's like, yeah. I can't let her know that I'm turned on right now, but Alfred, I'll tell Alfred all about it. I'm like, dude, she was tight. You don't know. Like, man, that suit was tight. Alfred's like, sir, I don't need to know this, sir. I was like,
So I don't need to know this, Master Bruce.
Alfred, you're going to have to clean. I got a mess in the showers. You're going to have to clean later. I was
Too
like,
much, too much information, Master Bruce.
Master Bruce, do I need to turn on the black light? It'll look like a Jackson Hole painting.
Now he glides down. Someone tells me he should have done that a few minutes ago when the Ice Princess fell.
No.
They just sounded like, what am I supposed to do right now?
It so fucking baffles me that they were able to hack into the Batmobile. You got outsmarted by Penguin.
By clowns, no less.
The second Batman villain in a Tim Burton movie that made a Beauty and the Beast comparison.
Toy line, folks.
Which the animated Disney movie Beauty and the Beast came out a year before Batman Returns.
Batman 89 came out 2 years before.
That's true.
The Joker made the reference.
The umbrella copter coming in handy once again.
Go to heaven.
I love these sets and matte paintings and architecture.
Yeah.
Burton.
It's a very gothic, literally.
Whatever
She
you do,
dies.
don't
She dies like
scream.
twice in this movie. She's got like 7 lives left.
She just lost 2 just now, so I think she's down
She
to
lo-
5 because she fell in the
Yeah.
house, and then the glass fell on her because she screamed like a dummy.
That's true. Yeah.
I love the little touch as a sign that says "Battle Ride 50 cents."
Yeah, 50 cents off. You could ride the Batmobile and rock him around. Like, Start just screaming. Just roadkill.
Surely you must have like an override switch or something.
Batman's just going around killing people. Like, yeah. And they're like,
This came out in 1992. I don't think the bat technology was advanced yet.
you don't say.
Put it in the CD-ROM. Portable CD player. Imagine your car getting parked and then the Batmobile just fucking destroyed it. And you walking like, what the fuck?
I'm like, Batman!
Batman! You would be pissed the fuck off if you had that car parked into the fucking public place and your car gets fucking destroyed. Better have some car insurance. Better switch it to Geico.
That old lady's face is priceless.
She just stands there. Looks like he's having fun.
Shoes on the other foot and hours.
Yeah, that would be a cool.
Dude, they literally had a fucking meme photo of a still shot of him hopping up and down, and then they had Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman laying down on the ground. Looked like they're about to fucking go hard on with Wonder Woman. Got squeezed in tight.
Will you be needing the bat pod, sir?
I see where Christopher Nolan got it from, going from the tank to the bat pod.
Much more settled. Pretty much a lot of the cops are pretty dead. What would you call that? Damn good television.
Parade ball is a great pun.
Especially when Christopher Walken is tied to it.
And from here on out, it's so tragic for the Penguin. Almost felt sorry for him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating because they set up this whole thing where he's like abandoned by his parents, and then he gets screwed over in this thing coming up, and then it's like he also wants to murder children, and blow up Gotham by attaching missiles to penguins. So it's like, are we supposed to feel bad for him?
Exactly. Like, why are we feeling bad for him? Oh, he got abandoned by his parents. Oh no, they suck. They just fucking dropped him in the fucking sewer.
I love that there's a line
Oh,
in
he
this
just
movie
he
where
just calls
tells
Alfred
Alfred,
out on this.
Who let Vicky
Yeah,
in the
listen here,
Batcave?"
asshole. You literally let Vicky into the Batcave, you dick.
Hi, Vic. Come on in. It's kind of funny that he just takes it the fishbowl switch to open up that thing to get interested in the Batcave.
I wonder if this is the same Iron Maiden that Burton.
Okay,
had.
there's a sharp object, and I'm surprised he didn't get stabbed when that thing closes on him. That must be a fun way to slide into the Batcave.
Wee.
Whee! A little bit more of an Adam West style. Just takes the auto recording.
All of this work undone by one CD.
By the way, CDs don't do that, okay?
No.
You feel like a record.
You can tell this came out when most people in Hollywood had no idea how CDs work.
Like, the CDs, you're going to fuck a CD up.
I mean, I grew up in the CD era. They did not play like that.
No, same.
And you can't just scratch a CD disc and replay it.
Is he trying to do that? Is he trying to do that turntable DJ shit?
Yes. Yo, my name is Bruce Wayne. I ain't got nothing but to say. You know I ain't nothing but you ain't no Wayne.
Yo, I'm Bruce Wayne.
You know what? I am really. I was expecting a Prince song for this movie, but I know that Tim Burton did not want Prince on the first movie, and that was kind of forced down his throat. So this movie, he was like, no Prince.
I'm surprised Bruce Wayne didn't make an Oswald Cobblepot diss track.
Yo, you say he's the penguin, but he's got a little dick. He looks like a fish. He's got his hands a little witch. Sorry, Dan. Oh my God! It's like, remember the Austin Powers movie? Remember the third Austin Powers movie?
Yeah.
Remember when Dr. Evil has a rap song?
I love that. That was perfect.
That, to me, I always think of that like something where people.
Let me put it this way, cuz. They play the Annie music as a remix to his rap song.
Somewhere Mike Myers. By the way, did you guys see what happened today? Jack Black and Paul Rudd are remaking Anaconda as a comedy.
I have no idea about. I never heard about that.
Okay,
that's a choice.
That's a little weird.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd are remaking Anaconda as a comedy.
They're going to try to remake the greatness of Ice Cube and John Voight going after a massive snake.
I mean, look, I like the first two movies. Like the first one I really liked. The second one, I like it, even though I don't think the visual effects looks cheesy as shit. But then, they did 6 or 7 awful direct-to-video films that were awful.
I've never seen Anaconda. I've never seen that movie. I've heard about it, but I've never watched it.
The first one's really good. The second one's pretty good too. I mean, I like it. Except that they use.
This was back in the day when fucking Ice Cube was trying to act in movies.
Oh, Rice Cube has a rap song in the movie.
You say Rice Cube?
Rice Cube.
I literally heard you say Rice Cube. Like, wait, what?
I was trying to say Ice Cube. I said Rice Cube.
I was like, wait, whoa?
Rice Cube. That's his new nickname when he's.
That should be his new nickname.
Like Snoop Dogg and Snoop Lion.
He's got a new rap song recently. I was listening to it. I'm like, damn, that hits hard, man. He's just like, we're gonna murder children tonight. We're gonna drag them to the babies screaming from their arm, and then we're gonna shove them in cages and throw them down the acid and let them the bodies dissolve. And they're like, this is really fucked up, man.
That's so graphic.
I like how they
He should be like the Ronald McDonald from hell.
This is literally Ronald McDonald saying, Tim Burton, should we really include a mass genocide of children plot in the first like, shut up, it's my movie. I like how I love how the Penguin
Damn, that must have been a hell of a way to cross.
Again, McDonald's approved this movie. They did not see this movie until the toy line was done.
Yeah.
He just tore the fucking invitation. Brought that taping it back together now.
Coming up next, the next.
You don't even idea how hard it is to cross that fucking bridge from the back cave. It looks like it was a very short, like shrinking bridge that you can't even walk across that thing.
Coming up next is the McDonald's sponsored. Coming up next is the McDonald's sponsored movie, Eyes Wide Shut.
The guy has a fucking Mona Lisa mask on with the fucking portrait with the whole mask name. If you paid attention in the background.
Well, we were talking about with Batman 89. I mean, Bruce Wayne is like the mask that he wears like in public.
That's true. Yeah, we talked about that.
Everyone else is wearing
Tim Burton.
That Bruce Wayne is the mask, and Batman is his true self.
Yeah,
there it is.
Because when he puts on that suit, that's him. That's who he is. He's Batman.
And see, that's what Selena Kyle's doing too. She's not in a mask either. Yeah. She is the mask.
Selena Kyle is the mask.
Also, there was a nice...
I get in that stupid debate with my brothers. Like, well, Batman is the mask. No, he's not. I feel like you don't get the concept of that character. Even Kevin Conroy, the great Kevin Conroy, would tell you this. God rest his soul.
TJ, were you going to say something? I stepped on it.
Oh, no. Sorry. I just said, Lord have mercy. I'm looking at Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh,
right.
When her hair is pulled up, she is gorgeous.
Yep.
She's that way the whole movie. Even when they made her less attractive before she was Catwoman, I'm like, she still looks pretty good.
Yeah,
that's true.
You don't have to be a practice hire. She's still good in the whole movie.
I mean, she's got a cut-cold boyfriend. I mean, seriously, she had a guy dating her, and then he broke up because he goes, I don't want to be used for my body. So it seems like she was into some kinky shit before she became Catwoman and then just pushed it over. You know? She probably had that. She probably was in a BDSM lifestyle and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, when she fell off that ladder, she was like, I'm going to embrace the dark side. If literally Selena Kyle was... Never mind.
Are you going to say something?
I was going to say something mean, but all I was just going to say is if Selena Kyle's lived in modern day Gotham City, she would have an OnlyFans by now.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Sounds about right.
She's like, I'm not working for Christopher Walken. I'll just go start an OnlyFans. Oh yeah, Returns is a fantastic movie. I love Returns.
Yeah, this scene is so masterful here with Bruce and Selena at the costume party. Like the acting is so good.
Yeah.
Batman, I love especially like how she wants to just kill Christopher Walken. She's like, fuck it, this gun's for Christopher Walken. I'm just gonna blow his brains out tonight. I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
I like that Bruce Wayne stops her. Like he's like, who do you think you are? Like he goes,
oh, the mistletoe.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tim Burton's a good director. I don't think he's ever made really a movie. I mean, there's a couple movies that are bad, but like, he's never made badly directed a bad movie. He's never made a badly directed movie. Every
No.
movie, like
Even his, like, he still confidently directs even his worst movies.
Yeah.
like look, Mars Attacks. I think is a god awful movie, but it is well directed.
Oh, I like Mars Attacks.
Well, you could say that a lot with Ridley Scott. He's made a lot of great spectacle,
Ooh.
even though the movies are fucking terrible.
Yeah,
but he's great doing
Planet of the
spectacle.
Apes. That movie's so
I'd rather
bad.
watch Planet of the Apes any day over Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks is like Mars
Planet of the
Attacks
Apes
is
is not
like,
good.
like Independence Day, basically.
The Burton
Okay,
Planet
now
of the Apes is
small
not
hole
his worst film.
And a big ass rubber ducky head.
Oh my God, it's a duck! Why wouldn't he drive around a penguin mobile? Why wouldn't he drive around a rubber duck? I don't understand that.
Hey,
Why would Batman drive a
Could they
fucking
not
car that has a
afford it,
bat on it?
Could
Hey,
they
now
all-
the penguin, now the duck fits.
That's like saying, like, why does Batman have a Batmobile that has a bat on it? And he wears a costume as a bat. Now he just lost his mind.
No, save me, Dad. No, save me.
Stop,
Oh, save me. Come on, Dad.
Save me.
Dad, save me.
Because I don't, so now.
That is some bad acting.
Dad, they got to take me, Dad. Daddy, help, Dad.
Come on, Dad, help. They're gonna
This is like
take me.
I want to see a scene of him trapped with all the babies. Daddy, it smells like shit in here. Dad,
It smells like fucking piss in here.
Dad, help, Dad, save
Oh,
yourself.
Dad, no.
You're not hit, kid.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Penguins are chipping at my belt.
Oh no, the penguin is nibbling my ear.
You think that people would really be upset? You think people would really be upset if, like, I think this movie would be less controversial if he's had the penguins going around killing people. Like when they're like the third act, literally, there's two plots in this movie. Literally, after the mass genocide of children fails, he decides to take all the penguins and go and blow up the city with penguins.
Yep.
That would be a much easier plot for people to comprehend. But then when it goes like to the killing children plot, then he's like,
then penguins will be doing suicide bombing with terrorists.
the penguins are literally Al Qaeda in this movie. I'm just
will
saying,
be
Tim
fucking Al
Burton,
Qaeda.
mass suicides.
Just
Actually, no,
mass
the penguins-
suicide.
Actually, the penguins are shooting rockets out. So I mean, the penguins are not killing themselves. They're
That's
shooting
true. That is true. Yeah.
rockets. The penguin- He's literally like that guy from. I don't know if y'all ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh yes, he's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the child catcher in that movie.
He's like the
Yeah.
child catcher in
The
that
creepy
movie.
child catcher with the lollipops.
I think we all can agree.
I've got
that
lollipops, little girls and boys. Come get in my van. I mean, my wagon.
Lollipops. I'm just like,
Talk
No.
about an odd movie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It is the
I've
Arthur
never-
James Bond.
I've never seen that
Arthur
movie.
James Bond wrote that book, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Ian
The guy
Fleming.
who
Yeah.
created James Bond wrote the book for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
And I mean, I enjoy that movie for what it is, but it is.
I have
weird.
seen it a million times, and I just remember that movie. So it's like 6 hours long, I think, right?
It does.
The
It
dude-
does go on forever. It feels
Yeah,
like.
there's an intermission in the movie. Like if you bought the VHS, you had an intermission.
I can't hate it too much. It's got Dick Van Dyke in it. He's awesome.
It's been years since I've seen that movie. I might go
The
rewatch
dude, the child catcher, low key looks like Andy Serkis.
it. It looks like if the Penguin's brother was like it was anorexic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't go into his mouth.
Literally, are all the children?
Time to monologue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Citizen Oswald.
So apparatic.
Horse and penguin.
I'm on my marker. You move your camera.
He's giving like a patent speech to the penguins.
Yep. Just no American flag in the background.
Epic Times Josh said Returns is my favorite of Burt Schumacher. I agree. What up, fellas? What up, Sematic?
Attic.
So the penguins with the missiles, are they the real ones or are they the Stan Winston creatures?
I think those are the Stan Winstons.
Yeah,
It
because
could be the real ones. The ones that are swimming are definitely real. The ones that are sitting like in attention are the puppets.
Yeah,
But
wearing little
what's funny though? They said the puppets look so
battle
real.
hats.
I can't really tell them apart because they're
The
that
puppets
good.
look so real that
Yeah, they look
the
good.
fake ones would go up to the real ones.
They're
The
just
fake
bigger.
Ones, the real ones would go up to the fake ones. You know? They said
Also,
literally the baby penguins would be trying to cuddle with the big animatronic penguins.
Also, huge pop for the bat boat.
I think those are the real ones. I think the little ones are the real ones, and the tall ones are the fake ones.
Yeah.
Imagine this, imagine you're just like,
Imagine walking down the street and we've seen this shit.
Like,
Really
what
very
the hell am I
disturbed.
watching?
Like,
also,
what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry, but wouldn't the penguins get sick and die because they need cold climates to live in? I doubt that seriously. They're walking down the street. They're gonna die from that because they get sick because it's too like. hot.
Well, it's winter.
Yeah.
Also, what sewer has penguins?
I
Gotham.
didn't know Happy
Wouldn't
Feet
it be
could
like
be
rats?
this
Wouldn't
smart.
it be Rat Man, the king rat?
Well, they were from the zoo,
It's an abandoned. The sewer
an abandoned
apparently-
zoo.
Adorable.
I mean, it's really hard to watch. And Doug Jones is in this movie.
Really?
Or what?
He's the henchman that said "Great speech, Oswald," and the Dana Vito punches in the face. He said with the Batman Returns check, he got a chin job.
Oh,
He said it's his chin. He got his chin fixed because that got him more roles when he could fix his chin because he had a flat chin. So
good for him.
yeah, he was on Michael Rosen's podcast. And my first paycheck was from Batman Returns. He goes, I like Danny DeVito. And he said I got really happy because Danny DeVito got to punch me in the face. Like he goes, I got one line and it said, "Hey, look, they're like, hey, who wants to get punched in the face by Danny DeVito?" And we're all like, and they go, "Yeah, you." They're like, "Hey, you." All right, so you're gonna say "Great speech, Oswald." Then he's just gonna suck you in the face, and they're like, "All right."
I love it when she slowly backs off.
Yeah,
into
that's
the
a
dark.
very Tim Burton shot, like that. Like remember in Beetlejuice, like how like the little short creature just disappears into the fireplace at the end.
Yeah.
It reminds me so much of that scene in Beetlejuice, where
Yeah.
I'm like, she just disappears into the darkness. I'm like,
A monkey.
There's a giant cage for one Christopher Walken.
Why didn't you just crawl out of there? It's
I mean,
it's a fucking giant ass cage, dude.
You can literally go, like, you could turn and just wiggle your way out.
Like, did they even try to make a good cage that couldn't get out? What the fuck?
We're off to be in Terrifier 4 now.
We're off to see the wizard.
great speech, Oswald.
Now he's driving the duck.
I like how he just hauls out like.
That thing got some pep.
They need to add this in a Mario Kart.
That would fit. Oswald would fit in the Mario Kart world.
Oh man.
Throwing bananas and red shells and blue shells.
The bird shell.
Like a spray a bunch of eggs, duck eggs.
And then he'll kick Mario's butt, and he'll be like, "Oh no!"
Shoot it out of the butt.
Wonder how that car would do on the Rainbow Road. I would suspect not well.
Probably not.
You gotta give him a good boost.
It might be.
That's not. That's
What
not
the hell did he
flex-
think that this was gonna go? Here to take on the Batman?
The scary bad eyes.
My, how the turntables turn.
My other tables are
Tables
turned.
have turned.
What is this? Home Alone 2 now?
You may have won the battle, little dude, but you lost
But
the
you
war.
lost the war.
Let's take a little stroll in the park.
Never made it to the 6th grade, kid, but it doesn't like you're gonna either. Just shot on yourself, dumbass. This looks like Home Alone 2 style. This does look like Home Alone 2. It just seems like that fucking Chris Columbus took notes from this shit.
Yeah.
And this came out in the same year.
It did. Now we just need that added Joe Pesci. Oh! And then they started going.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that was Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mom.
And then a whole bird flies out of him.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mark!
We're no longer wet bandits. We're the stinky bandits.
It's sticky. It's sticky.
Shut it, Mom.
Jeez.
They should definitely do a comparison shot for shot for Home Alone 2 and Batman Returns for this.
Yeah.
That's
Surprised somebody-
That's so
somebody on
fucking
YouTube
copy and
hadn't
paste.
done that yet.
Like, Batman is fucking Kevin at this point.
Wall Street.
A die for a die. I gotta look cool. just fucking just shove him.
You got mushed.
It's pretty, and I don't know the exact circumstance. I'm sure somebody on here knows, but it's kind of unfair that Keaton didn't get to be Batman again until The Flash, of all things.
To be fair, he was the best part of that movie.
What?
The Flash.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, but that was a especially low bar to climb over. So low it was at
mean-
the center of the earth.
I mean, literally, like the Flash movie is like is if you made Tom Holland's Spider-Man mentally challenged.
Well,
Okay,
Michael Keaton,
that's not true. I think
Yes,
you read
it
too
is.
much. It's not. You want to enlighten me on that?
If you gave Simple Jack powers from Tropic Thunder,
That's not really a good comparison.
The kid literally at one point in the movie, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell Mom if you don't tell me that if you don't do super speed around me, Mom." I'm like, "Oh my god, this kid's so annoying." And he goes, "No, he's Batman. He's like your uncle. I thought he was your uncle." I'm like, "You're his uncle too, you dumbass. Like that'd be you would know." I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot." And then on top of that, they have the audacity to make him the main villain at the end. And I was just like, this movie is like the big middle fingers to everybody.
I swear Catwoman has amnesia in this scene because didn't the two figure each other out at the costume party? And then he takes the mask off. He's like, "What? You're Bruce Wayne?" It's like, what?
You know what?
You might as well call her mentally challenged. How about that? How ironic.
Well, no, with her, it makes sense because literally she forgot.
Speaking of amnesia, Max
forgot.
She literally got blown up, okay? And so it makes more sense for her to forget than a guy who literally was struck by lightning, who literally is supposed to be the fastest man, and he's really supposed to be smart. I don't understand why that Zack Snyder chose to make him more of a dumbass whenever he's writing. I mean, I understand Justice League, it wasn't just like Zack Snyder wrote him to be more comedic relief. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, he wasn't as annoying. I will say, I do like him in Zack Snyder's Justice League. In Justice League 2016 and in the Flash movie, he's so annoying. I just want to literally, if I saw,
That was not by Zack. That was Andy Muschietti who did that.
In Zack Snyder's Justice League, I liked him. He was great because there was a moment in the movie. One of my favorite moments is when Darkseid wins and kills everybody out there, and he has to reset the time and by 10 seconds to stop it from happening. I thought that was amazing. And it bums me out they cut that from the movie,
well, that was a studio decision.
We have another McDonald's moment come right now.
McDonald's was like, yes, this is going to sell the kids. Someone getting French kiss with electricity and getting electrocuted fried.
Yeah,
I love that scene though when she's shooting him. He goes, "How about a kiss, Santa Claus?" And she gives him an open mouth kiss where she goes, "Ah."
If I was 10 years old and I watched this for the first time, that look on Michelle Pfeiffer's face would give me nightmares.
Yeah.
I'm sure Christopher Walken was really happy though. I got to make out with Michelle Pfeiffer in this scene. Oh no! Oh,
did you notice that the moment that Batman was about to take his mask off, his eye makeup just disappears all of a sudden? When the moment he was about to take it off,
I know. Yes, everyone knows.
The eye makeup just disappears.
You know what? Everybody's kind of wondering. Do you think the Penguin is dying? Like Batman killed him?
No, I think. Well, his throat was slashed, so I think that was a Catwoman that did that. Because you notice that his blood is coming out of his throat. His throat was slashed.
I always heard theories that he was dying from a disease anyway.
Maybe, yeah, that might be true. My theory is I think that Selena might have done it.
That corpse.
Fried just like the fries at McDonald's.
They should have ketchup that looks like the Penguin's blood. Dark green ketchup. It looks like.
They did make dark green ketchup. They did.
Go eat your chicken McNuggets. Shaped like the Penguin.
All they did was dyed it.
All for a limited time.
I heard they're going to start putting it come after January. They said they're going to start making McDonald's going to start making their chicken nuggets in hamburger fat again.
I need a drink of ice water.
Yeah, because they're about to outlaw peanut oil, so I'm like,
I'll murder you momentarily.
But first, I need a drink of ice cold water.
Look, yeah, you could tell that the real penguins aren't there. Those are like the Stan Winston ones.
Yeah, they look like puppets.
Well, also, it's not sanitary. The tank's not sanitary.
I guess that Billy Madison had just trip on an acid on seeing penguins.
It's too damn cold for a penguin out here.
It's too damn cold out here. Penguin just walking around here. Is that it, Dad? Is that it, Dad? Did the penguin tell you to do this?
They're giving him a penguin's funeral. You know, I
How
will say this
poetic.
is a great ending.
Is this the 10 penguin salute? Like, what are we?
Give him a proper barrier by drowning him in the water.
Someone play taps. Brr, brr, brr.
No, they did have that underwater effect.
As we commit the penguin's corpse to the Baja Blast, let us remember him for what he was, rather than for what he was not.
A monster.
Do you know they said this ending wasn't originally supposed to be in the ending?
I've
Like,
heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be like just a bat signal flickering, and that's it.
Yeah, and then they just roll the credits.
Yeah, but what happened was they said the test audiences wanted like to do a Catwoman spinoff, so they asked them to shoot one where Catwoman's looking up at the bat signal to imply she's alive. But Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't available, so they just used a body double.
Yep.
Huh.
So yeah, they probably they went into did an additional shooting.
Tim Burton said he
Additional
didn't even shoot
photography.
that. That was like the studio.
Yeah, because the thing was, they was going to do a part 3 with Michelle Pfeiffer coming back as Catwoman, and they're going to get Robin Williams to be the Riddler.
Yeah, they wanted Robin Williams as the Riddler.
And Michael Keaton said, if Tim Burton's not directing, I'm no longer Batman.
Yeah, he made that very clear. I mean, they were ready to do a third Batman movie. Even Michael Keaton was ready for it. They had a script for it.
Yeah, you know what the weird thing was that the studio said after the McDonald's backlash, they said they asked Tim Burton, "Would you want?"
They had the biggest backlash from the fucking adults, from parents, that they felt like it was too much for adults. Like they wanted to have more for children, and it got the big blowback on that movie.
Hey, Christmas album.
Well, the first one wasn't for children, you know.
That's true. But
Ryan.
I don't know. It just wasn't as like too
Ryan.
much wacky as there was in the second
Ryan.
one.
I'm gonna DM you something real quick, okay?
Okay.
But I think really what it is I think, and you know the funny part is they were going to do a spin-off to Catwoman, and they wrote a script, and the sad thing is, do you know what happened though? The writer of that script delivered the script the day Batman Forever opened. And said, it was the biggest mistake I've ever did. I delivered it the day Batman Forever worked, and they go, and then once they saw the box office number for Batman Forever, they looked at me and said, yeah, we don't want to make this anymore. I was like, why would you why would you wait till June 20th of 1995 to give them the script?
Man,
Delayed reaction there,
that
movie.
ending never gets old.
Man, what a movie.
I will say this movie. Well, I won't say it's perfect. I love this movie. It's just, to me, this is like the perfect Batman movie to watch. That's not overly long, and it's a fantastical Batman movie.
Well, like Jacob said earlier, the acting is just Batman gets out acted in both movies with Tim Burton. Jack Nicholson in the first one, and these two here, Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito, just acted circles around Michael Keaton. But that was part of the direction of the movie. But they were fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is an amazing Batman movie.
This movie, a lot of people say this killed the McDonald's really killed this the Tim Burton movie series. This is the last one made because Joel Schumacher. In fact, Siskel and Ebert did not like this movie.
Yeah.
They said they hated it. In fact, they actually said Batman Forever. They enjoyed Batman Forever more than they enjoyed Batman Returns because they said Batman Forever, they said this movie was too dark, and they said it was too brooding. They said it was just really disgusting too. And they said that was just, and they even said they watched Batman Mask of the Phantasm. They said they enjoyed that movie more than they enjoyed this movie.
I guess I can see that. It's all depend on taste. Tim Burton is he's out there. My favorite movie he's ever made is Sleepy Hollow. I love that movie.
Sleepy Hollow is a fantastic version.
I've only like watched 10 minutes, but I didn't watch the rest of it. I don't know why. I still need to go back and watch the rest.
That movie.
I know it's got a lot of following.
my favorite, and I will still to this day, and I honestly agree with all the Oscars it won. I 100% still stand by that. Sweeney Todd. I still think that's my favorite movie of
Sweeney
his.
Todd's good.
Really?
I still have not seen that.
It's so
Sweeney
good.
Todd is so good.
It is the best musical. I will say, in my opinion, I think that's one of the best musicals out there. It's definitely in the top 5 musicals because Tim Burton absolutely you would think Tim Burton's making a musical with Johnny Depp, and then you watch it, and you're like, oh my god, and it's so beautiful. Like I honestly cannot, that movie is something that at first you find it's a musical, you're like, what? That's stupid, but then when you watch it, it makes sense.
It's a part musical, part slasher.
It's so good. I mean, honestly, it is a really good movie. I mean,
and Tim Burton made 2 of my favorite Christmas movies: Batman Returns
and Edward
Scissorhands.
That one's my favorite. Edward Scissorhands. That one is awesome.
You know what Matt said his favorite Tim Burton movie is? Planet of the Apes.
No.
When the year that movie came out, people forget it was the 3rd biggest movie of the year.
They were going to do a second one, but Tim Burton
at the time it was groundbreaking.
Yeah. They were literally going to do another one. Like Tim Burton said he would not do it because he was mad that Fox interfered with his movie.
Yeah.
Tim Burton even said, "I would rather be thrown out of a window than fall to my death than make a second Planet of the Apes movie." Because Fox interfered with that movie, said that we were rewriting the script as we were shooting it.
20th Century Fox has a history of interfering back in the day.
Right.
Well, they've always interfered in big movies all the time. It's just about how much can they execute the interference. Can they interfere for the right reason? Because sometimes it's not always a good thing when you have creative directors do whatever they want. It doesn't always work.
Too. That is a perfect example of sometimes it's okay to put your foot down.
And look at Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Look, he had more creative freedom. Look how that went down. Sometimes studio interference can work, but sometimes we always have a bad taste in our mouths when we get movies like Joss League. It really got a little bit of a PTSD thing.
Best example.
I think my biggest one that I remember was Alien 3. Got a young director, script kept changing, and 20th Century Fox just really went in there daily and just ruined the texture of that movie. Yep. Alien 3 should have been a lot better.
I couldn't even watch the rest of it. I was bored out of my mind.
In a world where James Cameron, you would think, James Cameron, Ridley Scott do well. Why don't we try, just letting the director? Because, I mean, Ridley Scott got to do his own thing. James Cameron did, you would think that should be the formula. Instead, it's like, well, let's make us do our own thing and let him.
Well, they got a young director who did Madonna videos. Who knew at the time he was going to be one of the greatest directors of all time?
Yeah.
It was his first studio movie.
Well, you couldn't know because that was his first movie.
Yeah. And so he had no say-so. And only 5 or 6 people in Hollywood, like Steven Spielberg or George Lucas, carry that kind of weight where they can fight the studio. That poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Sigourney Weaver would even fight him and say, I don't think you're a good director. And he literally would have to fight her. I remember reading an article recently where she said, I feel bad for him that the studio, he had to fight this. I'm like, you were fighting him too. You literally you're on record to say you didn't like him.
Fincher would only go on to direct a little movie called Seven. So your opinion is null and void.
Yeah. I'm like, which I always laugh whenever you hear actors say, Tim Burton had a famous fight on the first Batman movie with Jack Palance, who played, is that his name? The one who gets Jack Nicholson's boss that gets Jack Nicholson shoots when he.
The older gentleman.
Yeah, he literally said that, he literally said me and him, he said Jack Palance screamed in his face because Tim Burton wanted him to do a scene a certain way. And he goes, I have made over 1,000 movies. How many movies have you made, huh?
How many of them were good, Mr. Palance?
I'm like, you played Dracula, bro, in the shitty Hammer movie. Okay, come on. So let's not act like you're a high horse over here. Oh. Hey, what's up, Drew? Which, I mean, to be fair, this movie, I feel bad that for this movie really was Tim Burton's magnum opus. And I feel oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
All right. I feel bad because Tim Burton, this was his magnum opus, and I understand he had to forfeit directing Nightmare Before Christmas because he really didn't want to direct this movie. He even said, "I really didn't want to direct this movie," and I'm glad he didn't make it a shitty movie because he could have said, "I'm gonna fuck the studio over," and I'm sure he would never have worked in Hollywood again. I'm kind of curious to see how Todd Phillips recovers from Joker 2 because I'm sure a lot of directors,
a good director or how the actors talk about them. You remember when James Gunn got all that trouble with Disney from those past tweets? They was not going to do another movie unless James Gunn directed. And people like Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito, they love Tim Burton, And you can tell the sign of a good director by the actors and actresses, how they speak of them when they do films. Studios don't have a clue sometimes. But they're paying for it. It's their movie. What can you do?
It's their rights for the DC universe. That's theirs.
The one
Tim Burton is just mostly a director for hire.
Yeah. The one best example of like studio interference I thought I kind of agree with was Joss Whedon when he wrote Avengers, the first Avengers. He wanted the Wasp in the movie. He did not.
That's true. Yeah, that is absolutely true. But the studio says that Scarlett Johansson made a breakout star in Iron Man 2, and we want to put her in the movie. Joss Whedon did not want to put her in the movie.
He said we want to introduce the Wasp in our own in an Ant-Man movie, and so they said finally they put their foot down and said if you don't want to write it, then we'll find someone else to write it. And so finally
we'll find someone else to direct it with or without you.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I also felt bad because they kind of screwed over Favreau because he was supposed to direct Avengers. And then after they he said, Iron Man 1, I had full creative control over Iron Man 1. Iron Man 2,
because Iron Man was not like a big hit character in the Marvel universe. They were like, you know what, give it a shot. It's a coin toss. Because there could have been a 50-50 chance that movie could have been a big disaster.
They didn't even have a script. Do you remember what happened? They said it was a horrible production. They thought this movie was going to be a big flop because they wrote a script and the script was so bad. The writers that wrote it, the ones who would go on to write like Transformers 5 and Men in Black 4, those writers, the ones who literally write off the success of Iron Man, even though they wrote a horrible script. And Jon Favreau, the writer of Zathor, had to rewrite the script. Him and Robert Downey Jr. had to rewrite the whole entire script. Yeah, that pisses me off because I'm like, Jon Favreau deserves credit for that. Him and the guy who wrote Zathor and Downey deserved to.
He's the one who got Downey back in his acting career. He vouched for him to be in this movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying like those writers I remember the script was so bad so that Favreau literally had to rewrite the script on the spot. Him and the other writer, and they were on set improvised. That's why they had to ad lib so much because they're like the lines are shit. And so that's what Favreau would have to restructure. So Jeff Bridges said he didn't even know he was going to be the big baddie at the end until like they were coming. But they said because Favreau was like, but he said, trust me. He kept saying, trust me. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work.
Yeah, sometimes when you make it up on the fly while you're making the movie, sometimes it might work and it might not. It's all about the execution.
And then you have Iron Man 2, which the studio had more interference with. And you know what? I think
that was expected because if you're coming off of the success like Iron Man that made a big hit at the box office, critics and audience loved it. So of course that the studio is going to be more hands on for the next one.
Yeah, which it really sucks. Yeah,
because most sequels get what? More money, more marketing.
It keeps the studio lights on.
Yeah.
And I think what it is, what a lot of things is the fact is that studio micromanaging is sometimes a good thing. Like for instance, like I think but sometimes it can be a bad thing. Like for instance, Spider-Man 3 is a good example of the studio. Sam Raimi wanted to do his own thing, and the studio wanted Venom. They're like, we want Venom, we want Venom, we want Venom.
Hey, but your job is like you got to try to make it work, and if you want Venom, because Sam Raimi did not like Venom. Did not care for Venom.
It makes no sense, by the way. Like the sad thing is, the Venom makes more sense in the movie than the Sandman, and the Sandman feels like an afterthought.
Well, no, the one thing I did like about Sandman is that his backstory and his motive was great, but the whole connection with Uncle Ben was stupid. I didn't like how they retconned that origin story because then it just defeats the purpose of why Peter's Spider-Man in the first place. It makes no sense. Because that was totally shoehorned.
They're so focused on the Venom, and they're focused on Harry and Peter. They kind of sidelined the main villain, which was Sandman, to like the third story, and he kind of feels like an afterthought. In fact, I was watching the movie a couple months ago, and you see Sandman, you're like, I forgot he was in this movie. I forgot he was.
The bad thing when you have so many characters that you keep cutting back to different storylines that has nothing to do with anything relevant to the main story. You can have many characters like these villains, but they need to have a common cause for this shit. That's why it would work. But they
Yes.
failed to do that because you got too many shit going on.
Yeah. I really liked his backstory. Sandman was enough as a villain, for Spider-Man 3. They could have saved Venom for another movie.
They could have. Add the symbiote storyline, then set up Venom for the next movie.
Because the Venom
been perfect.
comics
There you
were
go.
successful.
I feel like when the symbiote falls on Eddie Brock and he transforms into Venom, that would have been a good tease for the next movie.
Yes.
I mean, somehow he could see Peter from fucking high up in that fucking church bell.
Not gonna
How
lie,
the hell can he be able to view that from there?
the scene
On
that
it,
gets me
we
the most
should-
is the church scene.
Let's wait till we get to talking about that Spider-Man 3 with Kyle
Okay.
over on
Out of,
Oh,
Monster.
yeah.
out of 10 bat symbols, what would you give this movie? Starting with you, Blacktastic.
It's a solid. You gotta understand, nostalgia plays a big part. I was there opening
course.
night. It's a 10 out of 10 because I was in the theater. It got a standing ovation. People loved it. That first weekend, this movie made a ton of money. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. One of Tim Burton's best movies.
My big hot take, I actually like this over the first Batman. I've always enjoyed this over
Me
the
too.
first
Yeah.
Batman. I think I'm a big Tim Burton fan, so him making a sequel where he has more creative freedom and he completely embraces what he was going for. Yeah, I can dig that. The acting's great. I love the set designs, the score. It's all around a great movie. It's not I don't think it's my overall favorite Batman movie, but
No.
it's a great Tim Burton movie. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10.
Okay. What about you, Matt? Let me guess, 2 out of 10.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I really enjoyed the sequel. I still prefer the first 89 more. I thought that was a better Batman movie because
Yeah.
and it's great that Tim Burton gets a little bit of creative freedom for the next for Batman Returns, and it's still an enjoyable entertainment. But it didn't really feel like a Batman centric story. It felt like more of a Penguin centric movie if you really think about it, because the Penguin literally had the most screen time out of all the characters in the film. Yeah, Danny DeVito was fun to watch, but I just don't think he was one of my favorite on-screen villains. Motivation of him trying to kidnap, abduct children was kind of stupid to me. That was a little bit too forced for me, but I thought he did the best he could to play that role, and I think Danny DeVito did a great job in acting standpoint. Selena Kyle steals the show, very iconic Catwoman. I still will prefer as my favorite Catwoman on screen. Michael Keaton still continues to crush it to be in Batman, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
What about you, Ryan Rhino?
So I'm siding with Jacob Martin. I actually like this more than Batman 89, and I love Batman 89. But we're watching this. I love how creative this was, and honestly, I don't think it would ever get to that place ever again. So I'm going 9.5.
Okay. Look, also, before I give my score, one, Kyle had internet connection issues, so he couldn't join He couldn't join the stream back, but he's going to be back for Mask of the Phantasm with us. And unfortunately, and I really sucks because I know he really feels bad that he couldn't join us again. Because and I mean, shit happens. I had internet connection issues the other day that that kept me from doing a trivia tournament. So that I know the feeling of not being disconnected, not being able to rejoin But I just want to say, Kyle, Kyle loves this movie. He really enjoys it. He said it'd be a 10 out of 10 for him as well. And he really wishes he could have been here to finish the movie. And he really sorry that, that's where he is. If I had to give this a score, personally, I love this movie so much. I own a Danny DeVito 12-inch figure from Batman Returns, and I own a Michael Keaton 12-inch from Batman Returns. I don't have the Michelle Pfeiffer one, but I do have a Batman Returns mug. And a Batman Return. I believe I have a Batman Returns magazine. I one day, and I will, when the McFarlanes come out, a Batman Returns, will own the McFarlane Batman Returns line because that is such a great. I love that movie so much. But yeah, I love this over. I grew up with this over Batman 89. I never liked Batman. I've said this before. I've never liked Batman 89 up until 2020 is when I started liking Batman 89. Because I just never liked it. I just thought it was kind of boring. And then the only Batman stuff was the cool stuff. But as an adult, I really more appreciate this movie. I appreciate Batman 89. And I really, really like this movie because it just feels like I have that connection of like and I feel like yes, I do agree with you, Matt. It is like you see more of the Penguin than you see, and that's because Tim Burton has said he does not like Batman. He said the villains to him are more fascinating, and that's why he said Bruce Wayne has a lot less screen time because he doesn't care about Bruce Wayne. He said he likes the villains, and he said that villains are going to have more stand out than Batman. Batman, he said, is going to have more screen time because he don't care about Bruce Wayne. But, and I think that kind of shows it in this movie versus the next live action movie that absolutely does focus on Bruce Wayne's inner childhood. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a couple weeks after. But, when we come back, we will cover Mask of the Phantasm, and then we're going to do Forever. And I just want to say thank you so much, Blacktastic, for being here. It was an honor for you to be here, and I'm glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule. And we got to hear about the time you got laid with a woman who liked Catwoman.
Your best experience dating was
that's going to live in our memories.
Your dream come true. Your dream woman.
Every time we look at a redhead now, if we're dating a redhead, we watch Batman Returns, we're going to be like, I know a guy who got laid at this movie.
It's like, I know a guy who got laid watching this movie. Did some little bit reenactment.
It's like, yeah, that's gonna
should be on the. That should be like a Batman Returns bonus feature. A fan who had a sexual fantasy experience with a woman on a date to watch Batman Returns. Everyone got a standing ovation, and I got laid by the end.
I said, everybody has a story. He always has wonderful stories. I was not expecting.
This is probably my favorite story.
I was not expecting that story, but I was a story.
It's like I got a story to tell you.
It's like, but yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the stream, and I just want to say thank the rest of you guys. If you can, go to their channels. Like and subscribe. Watch their channels. They all have fantastic reviews. Blacktastic has made some films on his own channel that you should go watch. They're really good. And I highly recommend them. He's literally like the Spike Lee of YouTube, is what I call him right now. And so yeah,
I could see it.
Yep. Yeah, and so go check them out. Go give them all a like and subscribe. And also thank you so much. Sharpton for president, y'all. We're out.